Hi, we're back. Although we weren't here before, so I guess we're not back. We were here, but we are also now here. Had some difficulties of technical natures. So, without further ado, we will jump right into things with a 45-minute long intro. Welcome to Roll It Slant's production of Unexpected Arrivals launch game. I'm just clicking into the Roll20 game now. Oh, but this isn't going to be set up either. Oh no. So, last time on Unexpected Arrivals, what happened? Somebody else can say it so I can finish getting ready.
Look at Holly. Look at her.
What happened, Holly?
Lots of things. Lots of things happen. Hold on, because we had light murder.
We did.
No, it wasn't light murder. It was
It's
full-on
light.
murder.
No, but it was hesitant light murder.
I sense some bias in this
In this
summary
retelling.
of the events.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to distinguish when it actually starts and whenever, like, I made notes from the previous session onto... Hold on. Someone else actually might want to do this.
Akira's sword talked to her.
Oh,
And
yeah.
said, kill things. Kill unbalanced things. Kill, kill, kill. And she was
No,
like,
and then she did it.
oh, sword. Of course I will. And she killed Marginal, a celestial. Because he was unbalanced. The sword shines around unbalanced things. He told Roswell. Roswell told everybody else. We all think Akira is unbalanced.
Well, I mean, I was for it.
No-
That guy had
nothing
too many
has
lives.
really changed. We all think Akira's unbalanced.
But now she does have a glowing sword.
Oh, that's... Guys, I'm trying to read notes from the previous session.
We bought stuff. We got on a ship. And
Sharktopus.
the sword. Although, wait a minute. We don't. Oh, I think only
We
Akira
went
knows
shopping!
this. Yeah, I said we went shopping. Why male models?
Ay, Dios mío.
And then I
Remember
think only
looking at
Akira
that.
knows this, right? That your sword glowed near the captain of the ship, Offix.
And
We don't.
No.
you were all sitting there, so
I
you
th-
could all see it.
I'm pretty sure Tavern noticed it.
Not
But
only
Tavern
was
also
it,
has a high passive, so.
not only did it occur in front of all of us, but Ofix mentioned the sword.
Did she?
Like, yeah, she's like something about your glow. Like, is it not dark enough, or is it too dark in here for you,
she
Dragonborn?
Oh, right. So
Did.
everyone
And
totally
I
saw
said,
glow.
yeah, I'm afraid of the dark. That's why I have this.
Yep.
You sure
Yeah.
showed her.
I did.
Yep.
You let her know.
I said it just like that. Yeah.
And we got on the ship, and there we have to pass through some dangerous waters. Go figure. It's never going to be smooth sailing.
Go fish.
Where these monsters apparently love magical items, which is great because Roswell definitely doesn't have one stored away in her bag of holding.
Ooh, there's one
Um,
you missed.
And we find a kraken. Boom. That's
Before
where
we
we
got
are.
on the boat, Siora had this big thing about her writing in blood.
Oh yeah, she wrote in blood all over, and she broke up with Tebran, and it was
I'm
you
not
know.
sure if that's exactly how I would characterize
It
that
wasn't
conversation.
it wasn't a breakup because it wasn't a goodbye. She said to come back when we're done. Well, Tebran, go back.
Actually, the entire party is dating Siora now.
All right.
As D&D turns,
This
we'll
is concerning.
We
continue.
will.
Is
we
that
will-
it? Did I get it all?
Yeah, nailed
Enough
it.
of-
It is just. We will jump right in to rolling initiative here.
Oh.
As you sail into this storm, being informed that your destination is indeed the center of this storm, as that is where the portal lies. However, very quickly discover that it is guarded by a very large creature. I haven't put the thing up, but I think it should just... Let me clear it. Hold on. Clear.
The 30 initiative.
30 doesn't count. It was cleared.
Cameron,
Sorry.
that's ridiculous.
Sorry.
Well, I did nat 20 on it.
You can't put it back. You have to... I don't even know where Wolsey is.
Just in case it becomes relevant. Oh, I love playing rogues.
Really?
Why didn't the
I know this
Kraken
is shocking.
initiative stay?
Shocker.
I think playing isn't quite the right term.
Embodying.
No comment.
Reimagining your own self.
Akira, I think your
Okay.
health should probably be full.
It's not.
Where's the initiative?
On roll 20, it doesn't look
Oh,
good.
it's not.
Ow.
There we go.
Why am I... Do you see the Kraken's initiative on the thing?
Yep.
I s-
No.
No.
On the turn
No.
order, but I do see it.
I mean, I see the Kraken. I don't like it, but I
If you-
see it.
If you're not selecting the token,
I had the token selected.
What is that?
Are you on a
The
wrong
correct
layer?
layer?
Oh, is the storm? That storm runner is the boat, right?
Yes.
That's the health of the boat.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. I was like, what?
Glad those supplemental rules from Saltmarsh are getting put to good use.
Some of them. I kind of just made it up, but...
Okay.
What's this language
You've been on a
down
boat.
here at the
I
bottom?
trust you.
I mean, I think amongst all of us, Casey is one of the most equipped to.
Did that get the Kraken now? Why didn't it get the first one? 19. All right. Every initiative it has rolled. I'm
just
treating...
average all of them.
I'm treating... Jesus, 30 initiative? I'm treating all of the people on the ship as basically irrelevant in this combat. You'll
We
likely
will also treat them like that.
they'll go on Ofix's turn as she is kind of in charge. So, all right. With that being said, lightning has come down and struck the main mast. You can see that the top sail of the main mast has now burst into flames as there is fire kissing away at that and is very quickly spreading. Two large tentacles kind of come up on the front and the back of the ship as you see 8 more other tentacles out in the water itself. Starting off at the top of the round, you have 2 tentacles, which do 3d10.
Yikes.
But the ship has a damage threshold of 15, so anything takes damage, anything above 15. If it's below 15, it does not take the damage. So that's 26 for the first tentacle. We'll go through.
Does it reduce it by 15 as well?
No.
For things above?
Nope.
I beg you to reconsider.
All right, and then that one does not go through. All right, so...
Well, why was it only... I hate to say this, but why was that one only 2d10?
Oh.
Well, it was only half-hearted. It was a half-hearted
The
attempt.
tentacle just wasn't really sure what it wanted to do.
It was a
All right,
stumpy
so it's
tentacle.
21. So that one will go through. So minus 26. Minus... Oh, wait.
Oh, you're using the magic circle. I see it now.
Yeah, the magic circle down there is the... You can all see that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Low
Yeah.
enough.
26. And...
I just
gonna spend
assumed the
every
Kraken
turn
was casting.
Casting mending. Just every turn.
Minus 21. And the fire is raging away. Currently, the fire is doing 3d6 damage. This does not have a threshold to it. That will go up by 1d6 for every turn that the fire spreads.
And that's at the top of... I
That's
don't
at
have
the
it weighted.
top of the
A
mast.
cleric or somebody with spells is going to have to deal with that, because I don't think that prestidigitation is going to fix this somehow.
All right.
I got it.
Top
I got it.
of the order as the storm runner is taking some damage already, but holding up. Tebrin, what would you like to do?
I presume that the fire at the top of the rigging and the mast is more fire than, say, a small campfire.
It is considered. Yes, it is
Okay.
considerably larger.
it-
So there is nothing I can do.
It's probably
where is
about
it?
15 or so. It's currently immolating the upper. So there's two masts, or there's two sails on the main mast. It's immolating the upper one at the moment.
So is it in the center up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's probably about 50 or 60 feet above you.
Okay.
What are you doing, Tebrin?
I feel like that's the one that I need to. Which of these squares would I have to get to in order to be able to take a stab at a tentacle?
You need to be adjacent to it. So, like here would get you there. Probably in here somewhere.
Or I can go to this one.
Remember that is up a deck as well.
Can I go up the stairs?
Right here.
You can definitely go up the stairs.
So, like, am I measuring? Like, is it 45 feet or is it more than that?
Call it 50 to get there.
Okay. Ay.
This green is the fire.
Yeah, I put it there.
Okay.
30, so I can go.
But it's, like, up right now.
60. Oh, I guess I can go 80 when everything is said and
Oh.
done.
I'm way zoomed out. I didn't see it.
Fuck.
Right now, Tebrin's
Yes,
just
it is. I
Take out your
think the front one is the one that we need to get rid of first.
Take
This
out
is
your
my gut
nigiri
feeling.
knife and make sashimi.
And I'm going to. All right, so I am going to use my movement, and I'm going to bonus action dash as well to go 60 to there. And then I am going to pull my sword, and I am going to take 2 attacks.
All right, go ahead and make some attack rolls. 31 will hit it. 20 will
20.
also hit.
Okay, first one has sneak attack because I am engaged with it and nothing else is within 5 feet of me. I don't suppose by any chance this kraken is undead.
It is not an undead kraken.
Okay, that's actually probably for the best. So 21,
Yes.
17 slashing, 21 sneak,
That was some
for
spicy
18,
damage.
18, 38.
18,
And then the
38.
second one
Nick.
will not have sneak attack on it. Or just 13 slashing.
So that's 52? 51? Yes.
Jeebus.
51 damage to that one.
And
You can see
then
it is bleeding profusely.
you truly love to see it. And then attacking gives me another 20 feet of move, or another 10 feet of movement rather, which I will use to go 10 feet backwards. It does not get an attack of opportunity on me. It probably also has reach, so this is not as helpful as it could be. But it is what I am doing because that is the movement that I have.
And
I will
other
end
than
my
the
turn.
tentacles pictured here, there are other ones sort of coming up and out of the water. So
Well,
it is-
one disaster at a time. I will end my turn.
Any chance you can like color with like a dot where those tentacles are coming out?
Are they
Um,
off screen?
Casey, I'll do it. You can continue.
okay. So at the end of your turn, Tebrin, one of those tentacles that is waving around is going to attack you as
I'd rather
a
it didn't, but
legendary
okay.
action here. So here it comes. Does a 32 hit
Yeah,
you?
that'll do it.
All right. So you take 17 points of
All right, I will-
bludgeoning damage. And
I guess I will.
you are
I'm
now
grappled.
considered grappled and restrained in the tentacle. You are grappled right where you are, so
Okay,
We'll
I
say that
will
the-
uncanny dodge that damage and halve it. Which brings us to 8, I
Is that
believe.
okay, Casey?
yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Accounted for.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need 2 more, but
I thought 2 more are represented by the ones that are actually drawn.
I was counting those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 10 tentacles total.
Oh.
Oh, I heard
10
8.
tentacles.
I remember 10 because tentacles.
Why can't I move that one?
Anything at the back, maybe?
I can't move them now.
And so is the one that was on me the one I was attacking?
Why can't I move the ones at the bottom?
6,
Oh, there we
7, 8. The one I just copy pasted got moved, so it didn't happen.
So is this one that's on me also this one?
No.
Okay, so it is a separate tentacle from the one that I was
Correct.
wailing on.
And these all sort of extend back down
1, 2,
into the
3.
ground.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Me can count.
All
Basic
right.
math.
It is now Adali's turn. Adali is going to make 3 attacks with her glaive on tentacle back there. Only 1 hit, unfortunately. 13 points of slashing to that one. I guess I can make this in a color that's a little bit easier to see. And
I'm gonna die choking. At least it's coffee.
Okay, excellent. Can you guys see those numbers?
I see a 13.
Excellent.
Yes.
All right, and that will do it for her turn. It is now the Kraken's turn.
I can't wait to see what this tentacle that is gripping me will do.
All right.
I like how your name's peeking out.
At the beginning of the turn, you see another tentacle slam down on top of the ship. There. That is.
Whoa.
I saw the whole screen twitch just now.
This one.
That was the map
There we
switching
go.
over, I think.
All right. So now there are 3 tentacles holding the boat down, and we will get into what the Kraken is going to do as it.
I'm okay with us not doing that, actually.
Its main body sort of moves in around here. God, why are these like circles?
That's great in the map where his face is just under the water. That's great.
Yeah. Main body extending up from there. All right. Kraken stat block. So, the Kraken is going to make 3 tentacle attacks, and it has Tebrin in it.
Sure does.
It's grasped there. So, the first one of these attacks are going to be against Roswell, and then Walsley here, because those are the things it's seeing first as it comes up with these 2 over here. So tentacle attack against Roswell. All right,
That's a go. Yeah.
22 bludgeoning damage, and you are now grappled. So let's put tentacle on you.
What a season finale.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, and
Makes all the shopping really worth it.
Walsley coming at you. Oh, that's a natural 1. That will miss.
I kung fu it in half.
No, it just misses you. You manage to dodge out of the way as it sort of curls around the deck and sort of pulls back. And instead of its 3rd tentacle attack, is going to use a fling for Tebrin.
Fuck yeah, it is.
One larger,
thrown up to
smaller
60 feet in
object.
a random direction. Knocked prone if thrown, takes 1d, maybe 10 feet of gross.
Water is
Thrown
considered
another
a
creature on a
surface.
60 on it.
For those listening, this is what we call mumble describing.
Mumble scribing.
All
All right, can you roll a 1d8 for me?
Must I?
Yes.
Back on the boat. Back on the boat.
4.
So
That's terrible.
1, 2, 3, 4. So you're getting thrown 60 feet down, essentially. Here. So let's see.
Oh,
Okay.
you started at 1 o'clock. That's
Well,
nice.
I'm so glad that now
Oh, you
the
hit
second
the fairy
time
of
that
the map?
Temperin dies
Yeah,
and will
so
not be able to be brought back
So-
is via drowning again.
Splashing into the water there. Luckily, you don't hit a solid surface. So that is going to do it for the Kraken's turn. Roswell, you are restrained. If you guys are captured, it does say their escape DC is 18 rather to break out of a tentacle.
18 strength.
Yes.
Okay, I cannot possibly make that. Oh wait, yes I can if I roll everything. Concerning.
The Natosh is up. Natosh is going to run in towards the tentacle that's grabbing you. And he is going to make 2 attacks with his Warhammer here. And both impacting in, but not really connecting in. He rolled a 4 and a 2. All right, so slamming in as well he can. Walsley, you're up.
Walsley looks at his fist like they might matter. Okay, so Temperin has gone the way of the flying circus. I'm gonna go ahead and move on over. I suppose this would be flanking if I could stand in that spot.
I'll give it to you. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You're not really
I will
flanking the
take-
creature, but yeah.
Oh wait, did someone? Yeah, with Natash. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm.
I mean, the
Flanking
creature's
the
technically
limb.
over here, but
If the limb can be attacked, it's oh, God damn it. Whatever.
yeah,
Here's the attack.
I'll give you advantage. It's fine. You're gonna need it.
Thanks.
Oh.
Well, that's encouraging. Okay, well, 26 is the first roll.
26 will hit.
Okay, here's the damage. It's 10.
10 tickle.
Here's my. Do I have multi-attack?
Where's my stat block?
Yeah, exactly. Where is my stat block? I get 2 attacks. So here's the second one. Crit.
Delicious.
Nice.
And whoop.
I'm
Oh,
just moving to measure. Ignore me.
so 17 more,
So 27 total. Excellent.
right? And I'll use one of my key points to flurry blows, getting this little thing I can now take 2 more unarmed strikes, which I will take in quick succession. 25 and a 17.
17 will not hit. 25 will.
Okay, it is 12 more. So if you hadn't done any of the math, it's 39.
Why can't I edit that? Oh. I was like, I'll just use text, but all right. Still clings to Roswell, unfortunately.
Well, that is unfortunate. I'm going to move slightly away, however, because I don't want to be clung as well. I don't know if it can. I don't know.
You get the sense with the way they coil around people that one tentacle can only grab one person at a time.
So what
Luckily,
I want to
there are
do is
many other
move
tentacles.
this way because all of the tentacles marked on the map are elsewhere. So I'm going to move over here for what I think is slightly more safe, and I'll be done.
All right. At the end of your turn, Kraken is going to use a second of its legendary actions, filling out for this round. And the storm above you, you hear this rumbling, and 3 bolts of lightning slam down from it. And
Hitting
they
3 tentacles. What a mistake.
Yeah. The first is going to target Kindra, the second will be on Akira, and the third will be on Natosh. So this is a saving throw of dexterity proportions.
Aye.
But at least it's 23.
That'd be a 0.
Alright.
Oh.
And Natosh. Cannot physically roll high enough to miss this. Alright, so you all take full damage. So damage for Akira.
Under 22.
Damage
Yes.
for Kendra.
Same thing.
And damage for Natosh.
Go.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Natosh. Why can't I see? There we go. All right. And since they all actually hit you, nothing catches on fire because you caught on fire. You're not actually on fire, but Kira, you are now up as the skies have opened up, pummeling you from above.
I am okay. I have a question. Control water. It says blah 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 blah. You can control any freestanding water inside an area you choose, and the range is 300 feet. So does that mean that I could like take water from the ocean and control it? I can link it.
I have it in front of me here.
Okay.
You can part water, redirect flow, cause flow to move in a direction you want. Even the water has to flow up over a whirlpool. I will say that you can take a 5 by 5 foot slug of water, and use your movement to move it.
Okay.
If you'd like to do that.
Yes, to control the fire. I would like to try and put out the fire.
100 feet on the side, you could make a tidal wave. Don't
It's
do that.
100. Oh yeah, 100 feet on the side. So yeah, easily enough. You can. I would say you can redirect the flow of a wave. We'll call it doing that instead.
Yeah.
So
You can also concentrate on it for up to 10 minutes. So if you wanted to hold it, you could also like hold it if you wanted to.
To drown Ophix?
I think. No. Yes,
No,
to drown Ophix.
Just kidding.
This is what we call a secondary battlefront.
I just want to put out the fire.
All right. So as you conjure this, the water kind of just swirls up in this vortex and just starts flowing up, almost in this swirling cylinder up, and just bathes the flames in water, and away goes the fire. Fire is now extinguished up there. Very nice. And just mark that you are concentrating on a spell. Do you have any? It will not take your movement since I read the spell again. So you have movement and or bonus action if you have one.
I can bonus that. Wait, hold on. It's been a long time since we've done anything other than talk about things. One sec. Okay, no, I can't do that. And I don't see any. Well, I don't see Tevrin anymore, so nope.
Yep, Tebrin is flung out to sea.
Just chilling.
All right, Roswell, you're up.
Am I able to cast spells in this?
You are currently restrained.
Right. So when I look at the restrained condition, it does not say anything about casting spells. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, and my speed is 0. Does it require an action to try and get out?
Yes, if you're trying to break the grapple, it will be an action.
I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians. at
Okay.
let's do it at 3rd level.
Furry.
I will link. There we go. So spirit guardians appear. Oh, I didn't mean to roll that. I just was trying to link it. Sorry. So my spirit guardians appear around me in the shape of the mother, maiden, and crone. The crone being Sister Isolde, the mother being my mother, and the maiden being Tifrael. Dancing around me.
All right.
Hurting things.
As families want to do.
Mm-hmm. And I think that is I think that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is now Ophix's turn. Yes, Wallesley, you can kind of just see Ophix and the other crew member there are kind of
Firing the cannons.
They're trapped in behind over here, sort of.
Oh.
Can't quite go, but the tentacles are maybe about, I don't know, like this big around. They're maybe about 3 feet in diameter. As she yells forward to the 4 up at the bow of the ship, she says, "Get that thing off the front!" And they both turn the ballistas that are mounted on the front of the ship and fire in towards the tentacle there. I'm just going to roll both of these at once. These are both +6. And do not hit as they ready themselves to go back. It doesn't have that big an AC, but so they start reloading. And she goes after the tentacle that's on the deck right in front of them at the moment, and her hand starts glowing and she begins chanting something and is going to grab the tentacle and force the kraken to make a saving throw here.
Trip attack.
Yeah. All right, here comes its con save. 21 will make it, which means it will take half of this damage.
Good grief.
14. Jesus.
14.
I was good. Oh, cool.
So that one takes 15 damage. As you can see, part of it just becomes more necrotic and blackened and brittled. What did I say? 14? 15. All right.
15. Huh?
Oh, what did I do? That's not what I wanted.
30 points halved.
What?
30 points of damage.
Oh, 3 plus 26. I see it now. The math.
All right. That is all of them, and this dude will start heading over in next to Ophix, and he is going to make an attack on the tentacle.
Nope.
And it sort of twitches and knocks his scimitar, sending it spinning across the deck. As
That's on brand. That's on brand.
Things are doing well. Kendra, you are up.
Okay. How many tentacles are these graphics like the tentacles on the ship?
Correct.
Oh,
Okay.
come on, cat.
So there's 3 on the ship, 7 not.
Also, is this one that's on Roswell, that's separate and distinct from the one that's on the ship, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So she's sort of up in the air about 10 feet or so off the deck.
Help me!
Okay, so I'm going to. So many choices of things to hit. First off, I'm gonna agonizing blast this one.
Which one?
The one at the front of the ship that was already
Okay.
hit.
Go ahead and make some attack rolls.
I will. Plus 11 now.
27 hits. 19 hits, I believe.
Oh,
And 1 miss. There's nobody in your line of sight, so it's good. Remember when you were in the caves and you guys killed like 3 or 4 of your own people?
Yes, thank you.
I just remembered that. Oh, good time.
Those
so
were the
two
days.
2 hits there.
Okay.
Roll damage for those. 13 and 13, so it's 26. So as you slam into it twice at around the same spot where Tebren had cut into it, the tip end of the tentacle just sort of, the first one explodes and you can see all the sinew and cartilage in there. It just starts gushing this purplish blood all over the bow of the ship, and the second one just slams and it just spins the end of the tentacle off as that one slips off of the ship. So that first one is no longer a thing, although the graphic will remain because it's kind of part of the map.
we are down to 9. 9
Look at us
tentacles.
go.
And now, so I'm gonna shift myself down this like set of stairs until like it's half cover level for this other graphic.
Okay.
Um,
You get the sense that the tentacles can kind of just come over and down on you, any of the other ones, but
yeah, I'm sure, but I will be slightly less of a appealing target in the ship
Yes.
than other ship.
Because you're not
Theoretically.
a banana.
So yeah, half cover level, blasting at this tentacle now too.
So the one on the ship, not the one on Roswell.
Which has been hit.
They have both been hit.
Then the one in Roswell.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fire away.
However, a natural 1 would hit Roswell.
Well, I'm not gonna roll one, so.
Really? Because no,
One
Mary's
hit?
felt it every day.
To be
One
fair,
hit
that was
so
mostly
far.
Tebren.
And are
No, it was
you
Kendra.
you're
Tebren shot him at
hastening
least
this?
twice.
I'm
Or whatever that is, the bonus
quickening, yeah.
quickening. And one more, right?
That's 3.
Oh, the 14 was a... So 14 misses, 22 hits, 16 misses.
Okay. 13 damage.
All right, 13 more. Oops, I don't want a dot there. I want to... why can't I edit text after I write it? How do you do that? You used to be
I
able to
don't
do
know.
that. Oh, there you go. So 13, so that's 40, 52 on that one. Okay. All right. Anything else?
That's my turn.
All right. Top of all of the rounds are currently 3 tentacles on there. And so that will be 3d10 3 times with a threshold of 15.
Just charm the beast to have it
All right.
lift
So
you back
that
up.
one does not do any damage. That one does 18 damage, and this one does 23 damage. So 18. 18
Why is this kraken so good at crushing things with its crushing things tentacles?
minus 23. All right, so the ship at about 3/4 health right now. The fire is out, so it doesn't take any more fire damage, which is nice. And top of the order, Tebren, as you splash into the water. About 40 feet away from the ship.
Oh, I'm farther off than it looks.
Yes.
Fuck. Okay, I mean, I spend my turn. I'm gonna use action, movement, bonus action movement, which means I can go a total of
Yeah, because
30,
you were...
60, 90 feet.
Let's see.
Swimming is
Actually, you
At the
are
same
about
speed?
you are about where you are. The ship is not moving right now, because it's all wrapped up in tentacles. So
Okay. Then, so that looks like 25 feet to me, so
that's
50
50 feet. Yeah.
which would get me to the base. So that's my movement and my bonus action dash gets me to the base of the ship, and then I'm gonna go up with action dash.
How are you climbing up onto the ship?
I'm with my hands. I mean, there's got to be like some
Wacky
stuff
wall
to
walker.
like. You like I
the-
don't know, like pull out a dagger or something and use that to kind of like dig in and.
All right, I'm gonna need you to make a strength athletics check to see if you can start
Alright.
pulling yourself up, because the ship is kind of thrashing back and forth, and it's wet, and the waves are slamming against it.
Does the ring of free action help here at all?
Oh, does the ring of free action help here at all?
What does the ring of free action do?
When you wear this ring, difficult terrain doesn't cost you extra movement. In addition, magic can either reduce your speed nor cause you to be paralyzed or restrained.
It does not help in any way in this situation.
Okay.
Worth asking.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're able to kind of find purchase with your dagger, but you can't quite pull yourself up out. So you're kind of right at the base of the ship as it sort of goes up and down, crashes with the waves, and the tentacle sort of sloughs down underneath you and falls back down into the water.
Okay. I guess that's my turn then.
All right, it is. Let's see. All right, so let's move you back to where you are, right? So you're like in here somewhere, probably.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The tentacles can get to me no matter what.
That was so evil.
So, as you're swimming in, you try to go up. You see the water start turning cloudy and murky all around you as this thick ink fills up the area. It's going to use a legendary action to do ink cloud. So 60-foot radius will get you. Heavily obscured, each creature other than the kraken ends its turn there must succeed on a DC 23 Constitution saving throw or take some poison damage.
I'm not gonna roll because there's literally no way for me to succeed on it.
What's your con?
+1.
Okay. Roll.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
No.
You don't have line of sight, by the way, Kendra.
Doesn't matter. I just wanted this.
roll
I
for
fail
my
as the
entertainment.
math dictates.
All
Fail
right.
for me, peasant.
21 points of poison damage.
I want you to see how mortal you are.
Oh my god.
Oh, he knows.
All right.
He knows.
So Dolly is up. She is going to continue to hack away here. Miss, hit. So that is 23 points, which brings the total over on this side up to 36. Hacking away at it. And she will continue there. That thing is right over on top of the steering wheel, so the ship can't be maneuvered or anything at the moment. And it is now the Kraken's turn. All right. It kind of rears up now more out of the water, so you can see its full body kind of moving up, climbing up on the side of the ship in here. Oh, good. You know, good stuff. Good stuff that kids go for.
Is this what the youth are into?
This is tentacles.
I mean,
yeah.
it does involve tentacles.
All right. So, yet another tentacle slams down on the ship. There across the center. We'll say that's this one.
Did it? Oh, time out. Did the Kraken enter my spirit guardians and this tentacle?
The Kraken did. The tentacle did not.
Okay.
I mean, I'm counting the Kraken as we're not quite. It's technically all the Kraken.
Sure.
So, yeah.
I mean, I wanted to ask. 'Cause
Yes.
Why not?
So does it? It takes it at the end of its turn, though, right?
No, when it enters.
When it enters.
I believe.
Okay. So roll for damage on that.
Okay. Well, it needs to make a saving throw first, or two. So
What type of saving throw?
it a wisdom.
21.
Oh, it made it, but it takes 7 points of radiant damage. Great,
Right.
and its speed is halved.
It trembles in fear.
Right.
All right.
Ghostly sister Isel just goes. Meh.
All right. And let's see. It is going to make a actually it needs to go one more square in order to do that. It is going to make a bite attack against you, Roswell, since it has the tentacle. Rather than bringing the tentacle down to it, it's come to you.
Yep.
So here comes the bite attack. Does a 25 hit you?
Oh, sure, yeah.
All right. So as it chomps down on you, you take 26 points of piercing damage. And are swallowed.
Good.
As it bites down. So while swallowed, the creature is blinded and restrained. It has total cover against attacks and other effects outside the kraken, and takes 12d6 acid damage at the start of each of the kraken's turns.
Could you read that last little blurb?
Which last little bird? The last thing I said?
The last part of that?
It takes 12d6 acid damage on the start of each of the kraken's turns.
Ouch, okay.
My spirit guardians are still up though. Good news.
Yep, that is indeed good news. All right. And you guys would sort of remember from your experience being swallowed in Purple Worm World. I don't know if anyone has actually swallowed. One surefire way to get things to regurgitate you is to harm the inside of them. All right. So, yum nom nom. That will end its turn. Natash is up. He is going to... Oh, I put the map on the wrong... Map kind of moved. Ooh, sorry. All right. Natash is going to run over and start working away on this. Again with his warhammer. One hit for a blistering 17 more points of damage, bringing this damage total to 32. All right. That'll do it for Natash. Oh, Walsley.
Walsley once again looks at his hands as I clearly freed Roswell, but unfortunate things happened. You're not in the hole. It didn't eat its own tentacle, right? It's just
no. I mean it just.
Oh, that's a shame.
Tentacle is now free and hovering.
I don't know if we should focus on the base or the tentacles. I'd assume we have to deal with what the big danger is. Right next to me is both the base, and I will attack the base just out of sheer you ate somebody. Well, how dare you, sir?
All right.
So yeah, here's my rolls. Oh. I got my 2 attacks. For some reason, I still had advantage on, so we'll take the first one. 20 and a 23.
Yep, both hit.
Okay, and here's the damage on the one. Terrible. And here's the damage on the next one. Ugh. So 17 total there.
All right.
I will spend my key point to do 2 more. Yoink, yoink. in rapid succession. And I really should untoggle that. There we go. Do 14s hit it?
14s
Because I
do
rolled a whole
not.
bunch
14s
of
do not,
14s.
unfortunately.
Like 3 out of 4 rolls for 14s.
I appreciate your commitment to consistency.
I like it.
They
I
do
don't
not.
like it. I like the rolls, not the effects of the rolls. I'm going to go ahead and wish I weren't where I'm at, so I'm just going to keep moving away. Can I go underneath this tentacle?
You can go underneath going south, yes, because it kind of curls up.
Excellent.
But yeah.
We'll go over here because screw that noise. Mobility prevents any attacks of opportunity just in case you were trying to plot against me, and I'm done.
All right. Its reach is pretty large, so
I understand that. But
you have
don't
not
get stuff on your reaction.
Yeah,
you
you
can do it
haven't
on your turn.
You haven't moved out of its line of attack. Kira, you are up.
Oh, you seeing Roswell being swallowed?
My little leg's just kicking outside its mouth. Probably not.
Yeah, Roswell has disappeared from view.
Yeah, I
Just like the visual.
I can picture it actually. The only thing I can really do is Sacred Flame because spells that I chose on the Kraken itself, on the full body part. If I can read, it's 60 feet, so I should be able to.
All right. It does make it save, so 25 on its save.
Of course. I will bonus action. I'm not sure if this will get Roswell or not, but if it does, that's cool. Healing word.
We can't see.
Okay, then I won't, but there's other people around.
So who are you
Not
casting
very
healing
much.
word? Who are you casting healing word on?
Kendra, I guess. Half cover, right? I can see.
Yep, you
her.
can see Kendra.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should probably move a little. I don't know exactly where to move though. Oh, damn, that would have been good. Well, I can't do that now. Damn it.
Next turn.
Next turn. All right, that's it. I won't move though.
All right, staying put. Roswell, you are inside the Kraken.
All right. So would I be able to cast Guiding Bolt from inside here?
I will say that yes, and you don't need to make an attack roll because you can't. Like, there's no direction you can shoot that will actually miss. So even though you're at disadvantage, like you are just completely surrounded by this thing.
You know, I found an advantage to this situation. It's really working out for me. It's great.
Imagine that she just gets swallowed, and then you see the Kraken open its mouth and a guiding bolt fly out past off into the distance.
All right. Oh, hang on. I did want to cast it at second level. I intended to say that
That's fine.
even before this.
I mean, since you know it automatically hits anyway, then.
Okay. All right. So that's 23.
23 more.
And the next thing to hit it gets advantage.
All right.
Because it starts to glow.
it
I
just
didn't mean to
starts
do that again. I'm
glowing.
sorry. I didn't mean to. I
From
was trying
the
to bring up
inside,
the
though.
spell
Yeah.
From the inside.
You can see this kind of like dull little like flash that it doesn't penetrate out through it, but just sort of inside as it starts to sparkle a little bit. So what did we say that was? 23. Excellent. Chipping away. All right.
Oh, hang on. Don't I take acid damage right now?
At the beginning of its turn, I believe.
Its turn, okay.
Um,
Cool. Just hanging on.
I don't
Take-
suppose
Kill
that
it
forced
before
a
it's-
Constitution saving throw, did it?
You have not yet reached the damage threshold to do that.
Damn it.
You are getting close. And I'm being nice. Normally it says you need to take X amount from inside, meaning Roswell would have to do it all. I'm doing it has to take a certain amount cumulatively before its next turn. Because this particular feature is a little above your CR. All right. It is now Ofix's turn. And so wait, who is? These guys have reloaded and are turning the ballistas
Come on.
towards the larger. These will both be +6 on each of these rolls. Let's see. No.
Jeez.
Both just
Well, they
flying
tried.
wide.
Don't they get advantage?
Uh,
Or are they doing it at a tentacle or at the kraken? Or,
they're
like,
doing it at the
body?
kraken, so they do technically get advantage. So I will. That's the first guy, I guess. Second guy. +6 that's 16 and 9. So no, they don't use up.
Wow.
They don't use up. That. All right, Ofix stepping up, and I guess Wallesley, you're the only person who can really see this. She sort of reaches out to the two crew members next to her, and her hands just flare up this very sort of dark crimson, and it arcs out through both of them, and they both kind of like seize and convulse, and then she brings her hands together and extends out this energy towards the kraken, the main part of the kraken. And it is going to need to make a Constitution saving throw. Let me just check her DC.
If I have to
Alright.
switch sides and fight for the Kraken, I might need to react to this. Hold on.
It can possibly fail this, and it does fail it. All right. So it will take full damage from.
Imagine failing with a +14.
This, so it takes 59 points of necrotic damage as this energy just surges out in this sort of swirling blackish red and just blows a hole into the side of the creature. You can see it kind of parting as the flesh just starts to deteriorate out, and with that the creature convulses, and in this like slosh of stomach acid, Roswell, you fall out onto the deck, sort of right there next to it. Wallesley, you do see that the two crew members on either side of Ofix collapse dead. They just kind of convulse and collapse down to the ground.
Those batteries got drained.
They're not like full mush, but they do collapse unconscious there.
2 for 1's fine. It's fine.
All right, and that will do it for Ofix's turn. Getting stuff done. And Kendra, you are up.
Okay, so seeing that Roswell has just been regurgitated, Kendra takes the opportunity to try and heightened vanish on the kraken.
All right, so you need to be adjacent to it in order to try that.
I mean, it's 30 feet, right?
Oh, it's not touch.
It's not touch, no.
All right. What would you?
I would like 2 charisma saving throws, the bottommost one being the one it takes.
All right.
Otherwise known as disadvantage.
Yes, that is something that is commonly being called. And I also have my Bemlex. But I'll take that one.
Oh
Please.
yeah.
I'll take that one, please.
Oh yeah, buddy.
All right. The Kraken will use a legendary resistance and choose to
Yeah,
succeed against the saving throw.
Fuck. Expected.
I'm just gonna
but
roll to see if I make it, because then I won't. All right.
How,
The suspense was good.
how many legendary resistances does a creature have?
I don't know.
That's not
It's-
true,
nobody
everybody.
knows, it's a mystery.
Casey knows.
Okay.
I know that it has one less than it did before.
Do they come back per turn?
No.
It just has a set
Once
number.
you've gone through all of them,
Okay.
they are
It
gone.
gets
Anything
legendary
else?
actions per turn. But
So that's your action.
Yeah, I guess that's just my turn.
So no movement, no
I got nothing
bonus
else I can
action.
do,
Okay.
so.
Top of the round, we are going to go 4 tentacles here. So what is this? 3d10. 3d10. So that one goes through just barely. That one does not. And 18. So it takes ship, and you can hear creaking and straining of things as begins to rip the ship apart. So minus 16, minus 20, and minus 18. Not quite down to half, but the ship, you can see parts of, especially over in this area, sort of where the creature is straining on the side, you can see parts of the railing cracking down and some of the deck boards cracking as well. They're cracking, guys! The ship is cracking!
Is this the Kraken's turn?
No, this is just the top of the round. Ship takes damage on the top of the round.
Yeah.
Tebrin, you are up in the water.
I'm gonna try to, yes, be up. I would like to try to climb up.
All right, make a strength athletics check for me, please.
Come on, buddy.
DC is 18.
22 after that, 20.
Yeah.
All right, so you are able to kind of, using dagger and the various things to hold on to, pull yourself up over the rail.
Was that action or movement?
That's movement.
Okay. But that's my full movement?
You used... I will say it takes twice as much. Is it normally twice as much movement to climb if you don't have a climb speed?
I believe so.
Yeah, so we'll say that's 30. The freeboard's probably only about 15 feet or so. So we'll say that took 30 feet of your movement.
All right, then bonus action, dash.
All right.
Do I have to be here or here?
Doesn't really matter.
I'm going to be there. And I will do this again, and I will pull out my sword and take 2 attacks.
All right, go ahead and roll.
All right, first one. 28.
Hits.
Second one.
25 also
25.
hits.
First one with sneak.
Like a warm, soothing blanket.
I'm just going for the closest one. I literally can't get to anything else.
Not with that attitude.
With any attitude.
29.
And second one without... Yeah. Sorry, just checking something. Another 10. Shitty damage roll.
All right, so that's 39 total.
Yep.
You know, shitty damage.
I rolled
A
a
meager
1.
39.
And I will use, because that was 25, which means I now have 15 feet of movement left. And I will go, I will just go 10 feet. Boop. And I will end my turn.
All right. Let's see. The end of your turn. The Kraken is going to make a tentacle attack. Let's see. Against Kindra. With the one that was holding Roswell. And here it comes. Tentacle. 27. That'll hit. You take 17 points of bludgeoning damage and are now considered grappled.
Grappled.
Alright, and then we will move on to Idali's turn. Who will continue to hack away at the one up here. Some glaive attacks. And one hit. One hit wonder for 8 more damage. And that will be accounted for once I can click on this thing. All right. And at, let's see, the end of, at the end of Vidali's turn, it's going to use another legendary action, and will, why can't I? It's going to make a tentacle attack against you, Tebrin, if I can move this tentacle.
Look forward to being back in the water.
Might miss.
That seems unlikely.
Tentacle attack. 26.
That'll hit.
All right.
18, I will uncanny dodge that.
All right.
And take 9. And be grappled.
All right.
And look forward to being back in the water.
It will now enter its turn. And it is in... Is it on its turn with the spiritual guardians thing, Roswell? All right, takes 7. Oh, but it has to make a... Does it make a save, or does it just take the damage?
You're muted.
Half damage.
Is it a wisdom save?
We still can't hear you.
Wisdom save,
Okay,
yeah.
so it takes full damage. All right. Moving fully onto the ship now. And it is going to use all its wonderful multi-attack actions, starting with a fling on both Kendra and Tebrin.
Yep.
So I need you to both roll a d8.
Okay.
Did that get an opportunity attack from me? Because it moved on the ship?
You did not move out of your melee range, so did
Okay.
not.
Another 4?
2. All right, so Kendra, you are going out to the northeast. 60 feet in this direction.
Well, it was nice briefly being back on the ship and being useful.
And Tebrin, you are going 60 feet south.
Okay.
All right. And it is going to
Can I... Okay.
that's just where I'm storing the other maps, so you can't.
Yeah,
really
I
go
see
down
that. Because if I move over it, the dynamic lighting switches.
there.
5, 10, 15, 20 feet past that.
Yeah, I mean, you're 50 feet off of the side of the ship. And Kendra, you are likewise.
Just to remind myself, I'm putting that.
I'm having a horrible time selecting things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. I think you're all the way up in that corner, Kendra. All right. And for its last party trick, it is going to move in and try to grab Akira with a tentacle attack here. Tentacle attacks for everyone. 31 probably hits. 19 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are now grappled and restrained.
Is this exactly where I am, by the way, or am I like off the corner?
You are 10 more feet
I would-
out that way.
Okay.
Because you're in the center of that tentacle, right?
So
So you're another 10 feet.
thereabouts, yeah. Okay, so I'm like, okay.
You're another 10 feet off the map.
Alright.
Splish splash, I was taking up a... All right, and that will do it for the end of your turn. Natosh, is now he sort of casts his warhammer, tossing it kind of over back towards the entrance to the captain's quarters, and pulls a staff off of his back, and he is going to use one charge from it. Why don't I have this as a spell? He is going to cast Mass Cure Wounds. On, I guess, Roswell, Akira. Nobody else is taking damage. Roswell, Akira, and then Thug 1 and Thug 2. No, that didn't do it. Roll 3d8 plus 4. You all heal for 16 points as the two beside Ophix stir and regain consciousness. And he will stay where he is.
Necromancer!
Wallesley, you are up.
All right. Wallesley will continue his assault on the head or main body. I suppose that if the head dies, the tentacles won't matter. But if each tentacle goes away, it's no big deal, clearly, to the head. So, in that vein of things, I jump up, do some kung fu kicking.
Okay. Kung fu kick away.
These are all with my feet. 26 and 17.
17 misses, 26 hits.
And then I will also use my another key point. It's my third one to do it again. And miss completely because,
All right.
14, 13. I will, however, roll the damage for one of them at a total of 7, rolling a 1 on the damage. That's the best. I will then retreat back to this area and wonder what happened. Well,
All right.
clearly, I could have stepped on that and jumped up and did a double kick, but instead I went with the scissor crescent kick. And
At the end of your turn, it is going to make a tentacle attack against you, Wallesley, as you go to
I
run
pull
away.
Natasha as a shield.
As the tentacle comes in towards you.
Wait, is this a reaction?
No, this is a legendary action.
Okay, right.
23.
Oh, guess I have a 23. I can't.
Okay.
I can't not.
Take 25 points of bludgeoning damage as you are now grappled and restrained. Good times. And Akira, you are up. You are currently restrained, the tentacle wrapped around, hanging right next to its mouth. It's clear that it most likely has the intention to eat you very soon. What would you like to do?
Is it possible for me to breath weapon in its face?
You could certainly breath weapon in its face, yes.
Cool. It is a 15-foot cone.
All right, and it's a dex save.
It is a
All
dex
right.
save.
That's probably not going to do it. It's not the most dexterous.
12 is the dex save.
Well, it rolled an 11, so you succeed.
Yay! Fire
right.
in the face.
So, and it takes 11 points of fire damage as it goes to kind of like, and then you just breathe fire right into its mouth, and it sort of coughs this saliva up out onto the deck, and then shakes its head and comes back in towards you. Anything else? Bonus action?
Can I try and break free, or is that?
That takes
not-
your action.
Oh, okay. And I've already actioned. Okay.
Correct.
So I don't think I have any beneficial bonus action.
All right. Roswell, you are up.
All right, I am gonna throw up. Yeah, I mean, I've got acid all over me. It's not great.
Pretty gross.
I'm gonna do spiritual weapon at 4th level, and I'd like to put it right like above it. Make that attack
All right.
as my bonus action.
19 will hit.
Okay,
So that's what, 21?
21. And then I'm gonna yell over to Ophix and say, "Can you make this next one really count?" And I'm gonna channel divinity to do path to the grave, making him vulnerable to the next attack damage. So if I yell that to her, does she hear me?
Yeah, I mean, she's only like 20 feet away from you. And
Well, like there's like waves and thunder and stuff. I just wanted to make sure.
she has the hearing of a normal creature, yes. So
Oh, okay.
she can hear you.
If I back up, am I going to take some damage?
You
Or
get the
bonus
sense
action.
that you would have to like jump off the ship and swim away to leave its reach. So, but one good thing about the kraken is you don't leave its reach. Its reach is 30 feet, so you'd have to get more than 30 feet away from it to take an opportunity attack.
All right. So I'm going to move like over here a little bit. Okay. So, yes. So channel divinity on it, path to the grave. I've done my spiritual weapon. Oh, do I have control of that? I don't have control of that.
I didn't put it on there. Just assume
Okay.
that it's close. You're only fighting one thing, so it's close enough to.
That's
hit.
very true. That's my turn.
All right. Hearing your call, Ophix is going to use her bonus action for her absorb essence ability. All right. Cookie, you take. Not you. Roswell takes. We'll say 3 points of damage, and then Walsley, Natosh, and the 2 people next to her all take 5 points of damage. As again, she just sort of pulls out, sucking a little bit of life force from all of you.
That's not what I meant.
And
The kraken, not me.
You guys should be used to this.
It is setting off some very traumatizing memories.
she again pulls from so she draws this energy all in, and it starts, you can see her body just starts glowing red, and then she begins casting another spell slightly bigger, and as she does, the two beside her just kind of like look at each other, and one of them kind of like goes to step back, and as he goes, she just reaches and just kind of pulls towards him, and his body just sort of like liquefies out onto the deck, and she reaches out in the other one, and he just gives her a nod, and that one liquefies as well, and she's going to cast Finger of Death again without a spell slot. So this is going to be another con save from
I need to pick up those tricks.
Please don't.
the Kraken. Where is this? What did I say? Con save? Oh. It will just fail. So, it will take it'll take twice this damage.
I don't want to be a
Holy
downer,
shit.
but is Finger of Death an attack?
It's a saving throw.
Yeah, it's not. That's a good point.
At any rate, it still takes 79 points of damage because she can apply all of the absorbed,
Nice.
all of that. So it takes 79 points of damage. 2 of the crew are turned into bloody puddles, much like what you had seen in the crypt. And you do see Wallesley and Roswell, you do feel that sort of like energy vitality drain pulling, and you're starting to like get a sense of like the toll that this takes on those around her to sustain this. But she is casting spells without spell slots, which is a great time for me. All right. And the kraken again just sort of blasted with this just necrotic patch across it, and it sort of, the energy arcs up from this beam and it goes up, and sort of now like all along its right side is sort of blackened and charred. All right. That will do it for Ophix's turn. Kindra.
So 10 feet to get to where I am now, and then 20
Yep.
feet to get to here. And from my recollection,
All right, so that's dashing.
that's 30 feet. That's only 30 feet.
You're swimming.
You're
I'm
swimming.
not. I'm walking on water because my ring.
Okay. That was the bit of information I needed.
Yes. So from my recollection, these 2 tentacles here were here, correct?
Wait, what?
These circles here, they originated from here, so they're going up from here onto the ship, correct?
All of the tentacles are starting sort of from the creature and going around to where they are.
Oh, okay. So this is still here in the water?
Well, that's sort of where the attacky bit of it is. But so they all extend back to the creature, right? Because they have to connect to the creature.
Right. But this
Some
is
of them
still...
kind of go down and around and all of that.
Okay,
Yes.
so I'm trying to work out what is like available from this angle, right?
To hit.
Yes.
I mean, you can see the creature is a gargantuan-sized creature, so you can see the
So
creature up
if-
above the deck, and you can see that like all of this is just sort of writhing all around above the deck.
So, well, in that case, so if I had said I had, say, a cone, would I be able to see these 2 tentacles here? Like, what tentacles can I see over the top of the ship?
You can see all of the tentacles
Okay. In
and
that
the
case,
creature.
I'm going to Cone of Cold, which will hit this,
All right. So it.
and I guess this.
So what's the cone?
60 foot. So
Okay.
if I do it that way, it can hit everything here, right? Probably not this bottom.
So
one,
where do you
but-
want
Actually, no, yeah, it would.
where do you want the rightmost edge of it to be?
So
Like
if the rightmost edge can hit, I mean, I can hit this theoretically, right?
where do you want the? You can hit everything in the cone, right? So it's like a 90-foot thing, but I need to know where the boundaries of where one boundary is, so I know where the other one is.
And just to be clear, like when I see the tentacles, I probably can't see like can I see like Roswell, Wallesley, like they're high enough that I won't hit them, right? As in the tentacles, I mean.
You are shooting up. There is definitely potential for collateral damage in this.
Right, but I'm asking how high up are they, right? Because if they're really high up and I can't see,
It's a cone, right?
yeah, it's a cone, but I can
So it's
angle the cone.
it's a three-dimensional thing.
Yeah, right. I agree. But if all of the tentacles are 40 feet in the air, you know, I can hit the top of those without hitting people, right? Like I can aim it. So I'm asking how high up above the ship are they? Are they 5 feet? Are they 10 feet? Are they 20 feet?
Well, the ones that are shown on the deck are on the deck. The others, this one is the one closest to you is sort of coming up. Just the tacky bit of it is up deck level. Same with this one over here. And the rest, the one over here is probably a little higher than deck level, and then the others that people are grappled in are deck level, and then they come up to like hold the thing. Like it's trying to like curl the tip of it around
Okay.
Akira and spoon it. into its
Wait,
mouth.
so the graphic ones are deck level and the other ones aren't. Is that what you're saying? Or
Well, I just said where they all were. So where are you aiming your cone?
all right, I'm just gonna I'm bored. I'm just gonna hit everything in this zone.
So where is? Show me where you're aiming the center of the
right-
cone.
The center of the cone, there.
How did you do that?
I just drew a lot of squares.
All right, so that's. So we'll say straight down and over that way. I wish they had like a. I think they do
a
on Roll20
cone
now.
A cone shape. Yeah.
I just don't know how to do it. I think there is a way to do it.
I'm not sure if there's one that's integrated.
No, there is in like the pro subscription thing.
Oh.
All the more reason to buy the Roll20 Pro subscription. Now available on your desktop.
Shout out to
computer.
Roll20 for sponsoring us via the Roll20 Spotlight.
All right.
We are all going to die.
I don't know how to do it off that. All right. So what is the save? Dexterity save here?
I will click this. Actually, will clicking help. It is a con save.
All right. So con from. We'll start with the kraken because you're hitting the kraken. 24.
We'll make it.
Roswell and Akira, I need you both to make con saves. What's your save DC?
My save DC is 18.
I failed.
This is for 18, so 1 succeeds, 1 fails. I think he's within 60 feet. Okay. So Kraken succeeds, Roswell succeeds, Akira fails. Go ahead and roll damage. It's half damage, right?
Damn, that's pretty horrible damage.
All right, so half of that
8d8. That's fucking terrible.
is 10. So 10 to the Kraken. All right.
And then here is my wild magic.
I lost Spirit Guardians.
All right, Spirit Guardians droops.
Awesome.
And now, wait. So all the tentacles take individual damage, right?
I'm just applying the damage to him
Wait, why?
It's the same creature.
because it's all the same
Right.
creature.
Right, but
The
damage
so
the
the
tentacles.
the tentacles that are on the ship, I'm treating separately as the tentacles. So the tentacles that are waving around are part of the creature's actions. So they're
Right,
part
but
of the creature.
I hit the ones on the ship. Right?
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Full. All right. But they are all benefiting from the
Yeah. from the
Constitution
save.
save from the
Yeah.
Kraken.
And then I'm gonna quicken and agonizing blast this one here. So, and then obviously if it kills it, I'll change where they're hitting. But
21 will hit.
that will not.
No hits. 21 will still hit.
All right. So,
So does
2
that
hits.
benefit from Path to the Grave?
it's an attack. So yes.
But you did it on the tentacle. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
So 22 damage to this.
Yes. Still clinging on there.
So then the second one will hit it for 8 damage.
Alright. Math is mathing. Alright, that one looks like it's just clinging to ship. Barely.
Okay, and that's my turn.
Alright. At the end of your turn, it is going to make a tentacle attack against you.
Understandable.
Coming at you.
At 36.
Oh my god!
36 will hit. So that's
Why do we
18
play? Why do we play?
18 points of bludgeoning damage. There. Alright. And we will go, and you are currently grappled. It is top of the round, so we have what? 4 tentacles still remaining. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 of those damages go through into the ship. So that's a minus 16 and
Oh, my ship!
minus 19. The ship is half, little bit, tiny bit more than half health. And Tebrin, you are up.
Fucking hell. 40, so 80 feet. So I can't even get there. Fuck. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna spend my entire turn moving. And we'll swim to the side of the ship and try to go up it. I can go 90 feet.
Okay.
Total.
So yeah, so you can get next to the ship. Give me a climbing check.
I sure will.
Won't be enough
Nope.
to climb all the way up. So you can try to use movement to climb next time. All right.
I like to think you got 90% of the way and slid down slowly.
All right. It is going to use one of its legendary actions to a lightning storm. This is going to
Fantastic.
target 3 people. We are going to do Ophix, Kindra, and Roswell.
I mean, why not, right? Like, why
Are
not?
the biggest threats. So these are all dexterity saving throws.
Pretty sure I can't make mine, right? Because it's
You are restrained currently.
restrained 5e.
Restrained, you have disadvantage on dexterity throws.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna roll 2 20s in here.
I got a 9.
See?
What the
Alright.
hell? What the hell?
2 dirty
The
20s.
hell?
DC is 23, so it's still a failure.
Oh, yeah. But it's still kind of like.
I mean, I told you I'll do it.
Yeah.
You all
Okay.
fucking around?
Say it and it happens.
All right, so we'll do. Ophix didn't roll yet, but so this is Ophix, now Roswell, now Kindra. All right. Let me roll for Ophix. Was it dex save?
Yeah.
I don't think she can actually roll high enough. No. So she takes full damage. All right. And everybody else accounted for damage. Okay. Idali's turn. She is diligently just going to hack away on this back one. And hit, miss, hit. She's up to 2 hits this time.
Good job, Adore.
22. So that's... as this tentacle starts to recoil a bit, not fully off, but loosening its grasp. All right. It is now the Kraken's turn. What is our Kraken gonna do?
God.
Oh, those guys didn't attack. We'll just say they missed again. That's fine.
Cool.
Right, because this is going so in our favor that wouldn't make a difference.
It
Ros-
wouldn't. It
Roswell's
doesn't do that
not
much
trying to-
damage.
To say that they didn't go so much as that's where the Kraken you get.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
the ones that aren't doing anything to it. As much as it would love to chomp down on you, it has identified other threats. I think it's going to lightning storm again on the same targets.
Does it dex right? Yeah.
Okay, I have to use my Tides of Chaos here.
7.
Just to get not disadvantage.
Yeah.
Fix.
And I need to, like, I basically have to roll perfectly. And now I need to wait 1d4 on this. And I make it. So I might not die. But I'm pretty sure I still die if it rolls average.
4d10. So we'll do Ophix first. She takes full damage. And then Roswell. 4d10 coming at you. And out to Kendra.
I'm alive.
Alright.
Kendra, your token is completely covered. Are you updating your
Yes.
D&D Beyond stuff so I can take a look?
Yes, I
Her-
have been. I'll update it more for you.
It's covered for
Oh, yeah.
you. She has 2 hit
Yep.
points right now. Alright, and that unfortunately is the only thing the Kraken can do on its turn.
Oh no.
That's so sad. It's so
Poor,
sad.
poor baby. Poor, very, very large.
Alright.
Tentacle-y
it is
baby.
Natash's turn. He is going to fire off another mass cure wounds on actually no, he's just gonna go up and cure wounds. Ophix.
Oh, what?
She's literally just been struck by lightning twice.
Oh, wait.
He is loyal
You,
to her.
you get the sense that his priorities aren't necessarily for keeping you alive. His priorities are for keeping the
But I'm
the
helping
boss
keep
alive.
the whole thing alive. It's not like it's fine.
He appreciates your
Sacrifice?
Thank you for
Add
your service.
Natash to kill list.
Alright.
Oh,
we will
boy.
upcast this.
Yeah, why don't you talk to your sword, Akira? Is this Kraken unbalanced?
I don't think so. I think it's pretty balanced.
No, we've gotten rid of a few of its legs. It's probably walking slightly
These human
unbalanced.
beings, they're bad. But this Kraken that's eating us, this is fine.
This is fine.
You'll all be pleased to know that Ophix is back to full health.
Oh yay!
Yay.
That's great.
All right.
Now I can
So
murder
happy for
her
her.
fully.
Wait, where did Natash go? Oh, there he is. All right, we can get this guy out of the way. 'cause
Please
Wait,
don't murder
it's
the
not
try to
gonna-
murder
Full
the powerful
health
blood
from
surfer.
22?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see the damages for the lightnings then.
Oh wait, no, she's not full health. I am incorrect. But she's very healthy looking. All right.
Wait, that must feel good.
And Walsley, you are up and restrained.
Up and restrained. Fantastic news. I would like to use my action to not be restrained.
All right.
So I get to choose, I believe, from
you can choose
athletics at 5 or acrobatics at 10. Acrobatics it is.
All right. DC is 18.
19!
Nice.
Ooh, so you managed to wriggle your way free.
Freedom. Excellent. Now, because I can't attack with my standard action, I cannot use my bonus action attacks this round.
Unfortunately not.
At least I can run around like a madman and get out of Ophix's range of blood magic. So I'm just going to go here. If I have to jump this one, I will. I'll jump that
You
tentacle.
can slide over them. That's easy enough.
Yay. It's all like, it's like a slip and slide. And then, there's so many over here. Oh, is that a Kira in it? I'll come over here and get ready to attack the one that's holding the
attack
Kira
me.
down. Well, you're putting people on death lists. I'm going to have to. But not this turn because I'm out of actions. But I am wishful, and I wishfully wonder what might happen next.
All right. As you wishfully wonder, the Kraken will use its last legendary action for this round, and it's going to make a tentacle attack against Roswell. I'm going to sort of start...
Are those spirit things still going, and were they concentration?
No, because I got hit by Kendra's thing and it went away. That hits. A 30 hits.
All right. 22 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm down.
All right. Kira, you are up.
I would like to use my action to unrestrain grapple myself.
All right. So you can either use acrobatics or athletics to try to do so.
Yeah, my acrobatics is a -1, so let's not. 7.
All right. 7, not enough as you try to pry your way out. It just sort of coils tight around you.
And I assume I can't see Roswell. Or can I?
You can see Roswell. You're up in the air.
Oh, okay. Well,
there she
that's
is.
good.
There,
Yeah,
right
you're
there.
kind of like...
Whoa, I see her again.
Shit, I can't do that though. But I can healing word you. Not the mass one, not the mass one, that one, and I'm going to do it at 5th level because you're down.
That's a lot of ones.
That is
Yeah.
a lot of ones.
I'm not rolling particularly well.
Whoa.
Well, at least you're not down.
True.
That is very true.
But you're prone,
True.
so it has advantage.
She's-
Dexter.
Well, she is grappled and restrained.
Oh,
To be
that's
honest,
true.
I don't think the advantage matters. I think based on what we've seen, it's gonna hit regardless.
Yeah.
We're just at a level where it isn't a question of whether or not you get hit. It's a question of how much damage gets done on the hit.
Yeah. How many opportunities for criticals are available?
Yeah.
That's really.
All right, that's all I can do.
All right. Roswell, you are healed to 12. And
Yeah. How
Look at
bloody
this
does this
bitch.
thing look?
there are definitely sort of gaping holes in its side where Ophix has blown through parts of it. It looks like it's injured for sure.
But not Death Store injured.
How many licks can a kraken take?
Don't tempt me or you're gonna find out. Yeah.
Good old Kraken pops.
We need to
Oh
get
boy,
it.
this is gross.
We need to get
I
it
hate this.
off the ship.
It's like the Halloween candy.
So you want us to do what you're doing? I see.
Sorry.
Off the ship.
Yes.
All right. Taking a cue from Ophix, I think I'm going to do Blight at 5th level.
All right.
Blinded by the blight.
roll through you.
Blight at 5th.
That's a con save, I believe, right?
It is a con save.
This is considered murder blight.
Big money, no whammies.
Last week
That's a
it was
whammy.
Murder Light.
That's a whammy.
this week it is Murder Blight.
Wow, I did not roll.
So
great.
35.
35 points of necrotic damage.
All
Damn,
right.
it was low.
Again, pulling that sort of necrotized tissue out back. You can see there's just like this gaping gash in the side of it. It's just spilling out this purplish ichor all
Does
over the
that-
deck, and it sort of like sizzles as it hits the deck going up. It's a very nice smell.
And my spiritual weapon is gone, correct?
Spiritual weapon isn't concentration.
Okay.
But
All
you
right.
did. If you go unconscious, spiritual weapon go away.
It's not
I
concentration.
don't think it does because it's not
right.
concentration.
Looking up the
25 to
effects of
hit?
spells, unless there's
25. Yeah, because the effect lingers for the duration. And you
Correct.
wouldn't be able to attack with it while you were unconscious, but
Right.
correct,
so,
it's
9
9
more
points.
points. All right.
but does it come back online? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm still like waving around.
Wacky waving arm inflatable tube man.
Yeah.
Ofix
That's
is
us.
up. She's got to get to the other side of the ship so she can drain the other crew members.
Now
Um,
I will attack her and stun her 5 times. Knock it off.
all right.
I wonder if I can stun the kraken. Is it too big? There's no size limit. That's ridiculous. Boink, stunned.
All right.
That is ridiculous.
Ofix is going to make a vampiric touch attack against the tentacle here. Unfortunately, will not connect with it. Trying to finish off the tentacle in front of her. Kendra, you are up. You're currently
I'm just
grappled and restrained.
Okay, so you guys see Kendra polymorph herself, and she turns into a quite large shark. And when I say quite large, I mean a giant shark of giant proportions.
Do.
Giant shark, dude.
So, giant shark.
I'm a giant shark.
All right.
And giant shark has blood frenzy. The shark has advantage on melee attack rolls against any creature that doesn't have all of its hit points. I have a
So-
bite attack.
You're still restrained.
I'm still restrained.
Yes.
I'm still restrained, yeah. And I also need to roll my wild magic, and I have Tides of Chaos up. Does Tides of Chaos trigger if you're a polymorph? How does that function? I don't know. Wild magic. Does not trigger. That's the least threatening giant shark I've ever seen.
It's shaped like a friend.
Giant
He's shaped
Giant
like a
shark.
It reminds me, you know those like really big stuffed sharks they have at IKEA?
I'm just a big old giant shark.
You're just a big boy.
I'm just chilling with the kraken. Alright, so +9 to hit.
Hey, buddy, wanna play?
So, let's roll 1d20 +9.
At disadvantage because you're restrained.
No, because I have advantage because of blood frenzy, so equal.
Roger that.
So 25 to hit, which hits.
25 hits.
And 3d10 + 6 damage. Chomp chomp.
So 17 damage.
17 damage.
All right, 17 damage goes through. And we are back to the top of everything. There are 3 tentacles on board.
No.
1, 2, 3. 2 of them going through the damage threshold. So minus 16, minus 17, minus 17. We're now healthily down to about a third on the ship. A little bit more than the third. And top of the order.
Hang on. Is Cainsley just in downstairs like, whoa,
He's like, oh
let me
boy,
take
there's a
notes."
lot of noise going on up there.
Kingsley is not stupid. He's hoping
Wait.
that the rest of you are.
Oh wait, a crew didn't come. That's
I
right.
hope he gets eaten by a fucking fish.
I'm a
Shark,
fish.
sharktopus.
All right, Tebrin, you are up.
I am gonna try to climb again.
All right.
Athletics.
Climb a tentacle. It goes right up to the ship.
It's like a ramp. No.
A good elf would slide down it and
Yeah.
still only count as one.
Can I do that? Can I like move over and try to get?
You can certainly try. I mean, they're covered in like spikes and stuff, so it's easier to climb.
I'm gonna try to do that. And
Strangely
Actu-
enough, they might be wet.
can I? If I climb up on it, can I just stab it?
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
gonna
you
climb
can
up on it and stab
Just
it.
fight it in the water if you
Just like
want.
take your dagger and like climb up with the daggers.
Yeah, I want to try to like get up on top of it, like I guess here,
Sure.
and stab down.
Make an
What am
attack
I
roll.
rolling?
An
You
attack
can
roll.
write it like a rodeo, like thing.
Like
All
a
right.
bar mechanical bill.
Thank you. That the words work.
31 will
31.
hit.
Is this this isn't at disadvantage
Jesus.
or anything? Just okay. Then a sneak attack.
I won't even bother figuring out why you have sneak attack, but
Because I'm the only one there.
well, I mean, there's a million things surrounding the kraken, but it's fine. So it's at 20.
Is
You
there
don't see
another
the six
creature within 5
sharktopuses.
feet of me?
No. Well, that's why I said I wasn't gonna even bother figuring out why.
5 feet of you or it? Wait a minute,
5
because
feet
it's
of
holding
me.
someone
All right.
at the other end.
As so you climb up, go stab in, and as you do, the whole tentacle kind of seizes up, and then it just starts slithering down off the ship, taking you with it, splashing back down into the water. So middle tentacle is gone. The middle.
I will. I'm gonna count that as a win, folks. I think this is a success story,
It is.
and I don't know how much of that my shit that just took up. Can I try to climb the side again, or has that ship sailed?
I see what you did there.
I'm very clever, just devastatingly clever.
Yeah, so you use 30 feet of movement to get over to the tentacle. You attacked the tentacle,
I sure
so
did.
you have a bonus action left and you're in the water.
And can I use that bonus action to climb or now?
Well, you can use your bonus action to try to dash and use movement. to
Okay,
climb,
I will
yes.
use my bonus action to dash and try to.
So make a try to climb check.
Love this. Nope. So I am in the water still, and I will end my turn.
All right.
But there is one fewer tentacle on the ship.
All right. At the end of your turn, Kraken, with refreshed, is going to recoil from the shark biting, and is going to fling the shark.
Understood.
There it goes.
So I need you to roll a.
Oh, if I land on the ship,
I need you to
That's
roll
gonna hurt.
1d8.
that's directly north, right?
So directly north. So you're
Oh,
flung
that would be
60 feet
intensely
north.
Funny.
And since you have a ring of water walking, as you go out, the shark slams onto the surface of the water.
Correct.
So you are currently using your walking speed, not your swimming speed. But since you do hit a solid surface, because you're wearing that ring, which we should have done earlier, you take 1d6 damage for
Wait,
every...
actually, wait, hold on real quick.
I'm not sure. Do you still continue to benefit from
I mean, I
items when you're polymorphed?
don't know. I'm just checking. While wearing this ring, you can stand on and move across any liquid surface. So I can do that, right? So don't I make the active decision to? Because wouldn't that be the same as like Because you ruled before when we were talking about
Make
this
an
thing,
intelligence check to see if you figure out to like choose to magically do that as you're flying through the air in a shark's body.
Actually, isn't it the opposite where I have to actively think about standing to stand?
Make an
as opposed to-
intelligence check to see
Okay.
if you.
Right, but I feel like the intelligence check either way works in my favor, right?
All right. So
What?
so you're
Right.
you're
Oh,
going to
actually,
take
hang on.
take the damage from hitting the surface of the water.
In polymorph, the target's gear melds into the new form. The creature can't activate, use, wield, or otherwise benefit from any of its equipment. In
Can or
polymorph.
can't?
Can't.
So she doesn't have a choice. She doesn't have it.
Right.
So I go in the water.
Okay, so you don't take damage. So, but you are 60 feet
So I'm
north
60
of
feet up north
north
of,
of where
okay.
you are.
Yeah.
All right. And we are at Idali, who is slowly but surely. Let's get some hits here. Woo! And with that, single-handedly, Idali clears off this tentacle, finally hacking through it, and kind of chases it off.
She's just
the
over in
ship.
a corner.
With her glaive. That one has been hacked from the back of the ship. And that will end her turn. It is now the Kraken's turn. All right. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Randomly draw red lines all over everything. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got Akira in there. Now that the shark threat has been cast away, as its tentacles slip off, it is going to make a bite attack against Akira.
Oh, fuck.
35 hit you.
I think it does.
I'm gonna roll at
Maybe.
advantage because you are restrained, though. Just to see if I crit.
Oh, come on. Please don't do that.
Close.
That one was only a 25. Okay, so you do take 20 points of piercing damage. And you are now swallowed.
And I'm swallowed. Okay.
All right. And it is going to, so that's all it can do, move down and plunge down into the water. So it's now just under the surface of the water. Or just at the surface of the water, rather. Since it doesn't have that much movement speed. Alright. That will do it for that. It's now Natasha's turn. He is going to run over, and where's his stat block? He will, let's see. It's gonna cast Mending on Roswell.
Does that give me like 1 hit point back? Like it closes 1 wound?
He's gonna.
That,
It
suggests something a
fixes
little
the
bit
it fixes
concerning
the
about-
tear in your shirt, but not the
And
wound
I'm like,
underneath it.
I could have done that better.
Yeah. All right. He is going to cast Magic Missile against the tentacle right here, targeting all 3 with those, and I will just roll this because it hits. And ooh, good roll. That will be enough to clear off that tentacle.
Ooh, old school.
Right, and he is poised to maybe help you at some other point.
So is that all the tentacles off?
Yes. The ship is now free, no longer taking damage. All right. At the end of Natasha's turn, it is Kraken legendary action time. Let's get Kraken.
This is my least favorite time.
Let's see. It already flung, so it's got 2 legendary actions left. And some tentacles. It is going to make a tentacle attack against you, Walsley. Uh, 19 does not hit.
I dodged out of shock. Huh?
All right. So as you can see, the tentacles, the other like free tentacles, are starting to kind of like come down with it. So you get the sense that it is pulling back from the ship a bit now that a bunch of its arms are off. Walsley, you are up.
How far down from the ship's edge is that big main body?
The freeboard on the ship is about 15 feet, so probably like from the deck 10 feet down.
I mean, I like Akira, but there's no way. It's just ridiculous. I'm like, silly. This tentacle right next to me, if it's still available for attacking, I shall.
None of the grappling tentacles are, or none of the ones on the ship are still there, and so the other ones you have to attack the creature in order to get.
I see.
Yeah, the way I was doing this is you can attack the tentacles that are on the ship, but not.
Then, as a last-ditch effort, I'm gonna move straight to there and use something I never dreamed I would ever use.
A throwing star. Oh, a dart.
A dart!
Okay.
Take that!
Does hit it?
And I'm gonna do the second dart as well.
The second one hits as well. Thunk thunk.
It's pretty crazy. My 2 darts do a combined 15. That's pretty good for darts, I guess. And I'll say, how dare
I thought
you?
that darts still counted as monk weapons.
They do, and that's why I'm applying the ability to make attacks like my martial arts and stuff, but I don't have the range to currently do so.
I just thought monk weapons used your martial arts die. Am I misremembering?
No, they count as monk weapons as, for proficiency's sake.
Oh, okay. I think I'm thinking Kensai.
But I will certainly do the reading after my turn is over, which it is because I'm not going to go close enough to actually get my bonus action attacks. I'll back away from the edge of the board just out of
All right.
habit, and then we'll be good. All right.
All right. It is Akira's turn. As you find yourself in the belly of the beast, everything is dark and slimy.
All right.
You're correct. I'm wrong. Monk weapons are short swords and simple melee weapons. Sorry, keep going.
We have that statement on record, so we can just replay it whenever we want.
But it's always the case. It's fine.
What would you like to do, Akira, as you find yourself slowly being digested?
I will, because I don't, I want to get out of here, so I'm just gonna try and claw my way out with my dragon claws.
Do you have a spell maybe that
Okay.
claws with?
I don't.
You have no damaging spells?
No, I don't.
Not even a cantrip.
I mean, I do, but it's a chance to hit. Like it's a
Right. I think a chance to hit is on
Because
average better than clawing at
Dragonborn
it.
don't have natural weapons, right? Like,
No, it's just like an unarmed strike.
You're doing a 1d. You're going for like 1d4 damage, or you're going for a chance to hit for more damage.
it isn't even 1d4, isn't it just your strength
One,
mod?
yeah, probably. Like
I have 1d6 marked on here.
Look, if we're gonna argue about what you're gonna do, let me
You
jump
just
in
do
with
it-
this
do
next
what you would
rule.
like to do.
You do your turn.
you do you, Holly.
Well, it never freaking works. Every time I try and use Sacred Flame, he always freaking, it always gets dodged. So I want to get out of here. So I'm going to unarmed strike
Only you had a sword.
16, but I have to get it out, and I'm in the
Oh,
dark,
wait, you
and
do have a sword.
it's only 2 more hit die. So
Well, that's 2. All right.
16 does not hit. It is a magical sword, you know.
but it's
Um,
not glimmering. So
Right, but it's still magical.
It's still a
It
magical sword.
has it's a +1 sword, so 16 does not hit, however. So you
I
don't
don't
manage
really
clawing
attack
futilely away inside. Doesn't manage to do enough damage to its stomach lining. Underneath, like the tips of your claws, the acid is sort of like starting to dig in a little bit. You can feel it just stinging your flesh. You try to breathe, but there's just kind of like the vapors of all these digestive juices around you. Just kind of like
Does it
gag
give
a
the
little bit.
suffocation condition?
No,
That's
come
weird.
on.
it does not.
That's weird.
Well, that's a good thing.
Oh yeah.
All right. Roswell, you are still grappled and restrained.
I'm gonna flame strike this bitch.
Nice.
So it's a dex save.
Hey, that's pretty fucking good rolls.
And then it also gets it gets 2 things, right?
19.
Oh,
so
okay.
it does
It
make
saves. But flame strike is
It's radiant too, right?
yeah. Okay. It only rolled 1. I need to fix it so it rolls both, but so that's 4d6 radiant. So
15, so that's 36 halved to 18.
Yep.
All right. The
Pretty
skies,
good.
skies
and then
opened up. Strikes
I'm
down
gonna-
from above.
move my spiritual weapon over and make that attack.
All right.
13.
That misses.
Okay. So, okay, and I can't try to get out of this because I used my stuff, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. That's my turn.
All right.
How's it looking now?
Wetter.
Okay.
It's hard to tell without a more investigatory roll. All right, Ofix's turn as the tentacles that were sort of on, now that it's pulling back, the sort of stumpy parts of them are all sliding off. So the ship now completely freed of them as Ofix kind of moves her way to the center of the ship, yelling to what crew is remaining, "Get us underway! It's recoiling. This is our chance to get moving." And she's going to head over to here. What does she have?
5 more hit points.
Oh yeah, does she need 12?
Blight is touch, right?
No, it's not.
Okay, so she's going to hit it with a blight at 3rd level. Or 4th level, because that's a 4th level spell. Alright, and 15 con save from the Kraken.
Con.
So half of that, so that is 19.
11. Oh, yeah.
19 more necrotic damage onto it. So that is 40.
Whoops, sorry, my bad.
50.
Trying to read information here.
And that is enough as the damage again slams down. The creature's sort of like roaring as it's coming back. The blight slams into like the inside of its maw. And Akira, you feel this like horribly nauseating like upsurge beneath you as you are vomited out into the water in this cloud of murky blackish liquid.
Get the ink blot.
All right, and Ophix will end her turn there. Excuse me. Kendra's turn. Do 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 do. Kendra's turn. Do 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 do. Kendra's turn.
So as I'm polymorphed, and I have the intelligence of the shark, which is more or less the same as Kendra's at a 1. Kendra's one like thought before she was going to polymorph was get to ship. So get to ship shark will do.
There's a sharktopus! Kill it!
So I'm gonna dash, which puts my swimming speed at. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure
You had a big swimming speed, so.
I got a big swimming speed. So I'm at 100. So
100, Jesus.
so 60 feet gets me back to. I've lost.
Yeah. So.
So that gets me back to here, and I have 40 more feet.
So you can get to the ship for sure.
So I want to get to the ship and launch myself out of the water onto the deck of the ship.
All right.
That's
I
not
would
fair
like
at
you
all.
to make
Oh,
a.
boy. Flying shark. Do.
What would this be?
Good question.
I would like you to make a dexterity acrobatics check.
Okay, so an acrobatics check. What is my dex as a shark? Let's see.
0.
Plus 0. Okay, so I'm rolling 1d20. I have so many windows open. Oh.
So swimming as fast as you can, trying to breach out of the water and get up onto the ship.
Oh, what the hell?
As you fly up out of the water,
So graceful.
Time
Time moves in slow motion.
You all see this shark sort of just breaching out. The
It's like Free
people on
Willy.
the bow drawing their weapons towards you as you come up, and you just jam yourself right in underneath the railing, breaking through the railing. The top part of the railing smashes off, but you kind of like wedge yourself in there, so your tail is just like flapping off, but the top half of you is in. This crew member there sort of staggers back a little bit as your eyes are just like. And the giant shark is on the ship.
You guys did see Kendra polymorph into this, though.
All right.
I didn't.
No, I was on top.
Did you?
And
I was in the water.
top of the round.
Okay, that's fine. Well, in that case, I can. Actually, no. I'll like the HP. I'm gonna save this for now.
All right. The ship very slowly now beginning to make forward progress through the water. Tebrin, you notice that relative to you, the ship is now starting to move forward.
Okay. I would like to be up the ship.
All right. Go ahead and make a strength athletics check to climb.
I cannot move my shark. I'm gonna put myself
Nope.
where.
All right.
I'm gonna bonus action dash and do it again.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna move you relative to things. So trying as you can, it's actually
I'm gonna
harder
die.
now. It's harder now that the ship is moving away from you to catch on to anything. There's no like ladders hanging over the side or anything like that. And away the ship begins to.
I am going to use my action to cast message to Walsley and say, I am off the fucking ship. A rope would be awesome.
Man overboard usually suffices. You can reply to that
And then
message
like
if you
8
like.
Elvish swears just to like round off the rest of the message. I guess that's that.
How far off the ship? And
I
which
can't
way
respond to that.
is my response?
All right.
You saw him go though, right? Like you saw him
I've seen you
slug off.
flung a few times.
You
I'm
know
not-
that
So you
Tebrit
know
is off
which
the
side of
starboard
the
side
ship.
somewhere.
Ah,
You know which side of the
Where
ship
exactly?
I went off.
all right.
Beyond that, you don't know.
That's that. Like that's it. That's it.
I should have responded. You know we have a shark up here. So
All right. At the end of no, we'll wait. Adali's turn. Adali moves and takes the helm. You can see, looking up Wallesley, you can see her kind of grabbing the wheel and turning it back.
Just ran over Tebrin.
Towards the turning to port and sort of straightening out the heading so that they're headed now for the sort of center of this tumultuous storm, where you can see the waves just sort of they crash up. Now that you finally like have a brief moment to look out on the horizon, you can kind of see the waves sort of crash up and then they just kind of like disappear away. There's no kind of like resurgence after they go. It looks very unnatural.
So, it's not my turn, so never mind.
Yeah. Kraken, with Roswell in tow.
Akira.
And Akira inside. Akira takes... Oh, no, because Akira is no longer inside. Akira is...
I thought I was regurgitated.
You have been regurgitated.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it will make a tentacle attack against you.
Okay.
I
Yep.
don't know why I bother rolling for attack.
Yeah.
So 20 points of bludgeoning damage. And you are now considered restrained. All right. And what else is in reach? It will make one against Ophix. Excuse me. Oh. I have Kraken breath right now. 21 points against Ophix going through. Ophix now restrained, and using its 60 feet of swim speed is going to begin swimming down as it starts bringing its tentacles in. So this pulls Roswell and Ophix sort of in on top of it, and you both submerge now 15 feet below the water as the tentacles sort of stream down back below. Akira, you see this go. Actually, no, your tentacle attacked as well. So you're going with them. So the three of you are on your way down.
It's both our clerics.
All right. It is Natasha's turn. Seeing Ophix be grabbed and pulled, he's going to run 1, 2, 3, and leap off.
He's not. Oh my god!
Leap off
No!
into the water.
Thank God we've got a sailor.
What can he do that actually helps here?
Throw the shark at it.
He is just going, dives in. He's going to use all of his action and speed and whatever to get up right next to Ophix. And as you guys are sort of thrashing around, being pulled down in the water, you see whoosh, Natash dive in, and he sort of reaches out, and Ophix grabs his hand, and you can see there's like a surge of energy sort of flowing in between the two of them. All right, that's his turn. Wallesley, what would you like to do?
Okay, so Wallesley's idea before all this ridiculous stuff just happened is, are there any large amounts of rope that are like coiled more than like say 50 foot?
There are coils of rope. You do know that there's two sort of like lifeboats up on that top main deck up here that have line in them, and then there are coils of line around. You'd guess just in general that they're probably about 100 feet long, just sort of general use line that's on the deck there. And so there's a couple of those just sort of scattered around.
If there's one near me, I will grab it and do my monk movement to go 1, 2, 3, throw one rope over that side, one side of the same rope. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is 40, 9 is 10 is 50. throw another rope off this side, and if I could see Tebrin, I will have aimed it toward Tebrin.
So a different rope, both sides?
No, the same side of each rope. So therefore,
Okay.
the mast then can drag it if we're moving.
Fair enough.
So,
Assuming it gets pulled completely evenly on both sides and doesn't just pull out.
correct. I would have just taken both lines and done it the best I can. And
I
if
get what
it's
you're
close, whatever. And I'll be like, "Good luck, sailor," and then I'm done.
Thanks, Walsley.
All right. Tebrin, you do see a line kind of splash in the water about 5 feet from you, but the ship is moving, so that distance very slowly starting to go. All right, Akira, what would you like to do?
And we
You're
will
currently
have just invented water skiing.
underwater.
Underwater and close to death, so I will heal myself with the spell heal.
Does the
So
spell
that-
have verbal components?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's read the spell. It sure does. So I can't do that, can
All right,
I?
I will say that you can cast the spell with your last breath, but you will then be suffocating if you do so. Or you can keep keep trying to hold your breath for more rounds.
Yikes.
Do you want to know what suffocating is?
Let me show you.
It's bad.
For those watching, the compendium on Roll20
yeah.
has all such things.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's. That's actually. Maybe then I will just.
You can hold your breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus your constitution modifier.
Constitution modifier.
That's a lot of rounds.
Modifier.
Yeah.
Yeah, still a lot of rounds.
But
With
it's
a minimum
one.
of 30 seconds. So yeah, that's 2 minutes.
Okay. Okay. I won't heal. I won't use the spell heal.
Okay.
I will try and unrestrain myself
All right, so athletics or acrobatics?
with the athletics. I cannot roll? 11?
Unfortunately, 11 is not going to beat the DC 18.
Yep. Okay.
All right, and at the end of your turn, all of you sort of looking around, seeing this, you see the water start to cloud in this murky, thick, oily substance as the ink comes out of this. So each other creature that ends its turn must succeed on a DC 23 Constitution saving throw or take 3d10. So this happens after Akira's turn, so it does not affect Akira. But for the moment, it affects everyone else, and it is now Roswell's turn.
Am I still being held by a tentacle?
You are.
What was that grin? What was that grin? Look at Casey's face.
Water is the most dangerous thing in Dungeons and Dragons.
It
By
sure
far.
is.
By
Okay. Can I see Natasha, Ofix, and Akira underwater? Like,
it is now heavily obscured. So I would say you definitely can't see Akira, and you might be able to just sort of see Natasha and Ofix, like, about where they are. You can't see any particular details about them, because you have a high enough passive perception, I think.
okay, so I sorry, thought I had a plan, but I... Yeah, that's what I was thinking, actually. Okay, all right. So I'm going to cast Water Walk on myself and Natasha and Ophix if I can see them. So I don't know what that does against being held by a tentacle, but it would pull us up 60 feet each round.
All right. So you are underwater, so the same thing with, does Water Walk have a verbal component?
Yes, it does.
So you will be, if you cast this, you will start suffocating.
Right. But I don't know. Target submerged in liquid, but if I get free, I get to go up pretty easily.
Is it a concentration spell?
I...
Hope not.
Oh shit, that's a great point. No, I don't think it... no, it's not. It's not a concentration, but it does have a duration of 1 hour.
All right.
And I can't try to get free. Just
Well,
thought
you can use your action to try to get free.
Yeah, okay. Well, I just used my action to cast that, so nope.
Yeah. Okay, so casting, I will say that you cannot see Akira. Actually, make a perception check for me. This doesn't take your action, but just see. DC 20.
Ooh, wisdom base. You should be fine. I believe in you. I lost my
All right,
base.
so
I
you
got
can
a
only
9.
you can only see Natasha and Ophix.
Okay, well, I cast it on the 3 of us.
All right, so it has been cast on you 3, and is that it for your turn?
Yep.
All right, so at the end of your turn, you take 3d10 poison damage.
Oh, that's yeah, that does it. That does it. I'm out. But the spell should still stand.
All right. Yes, I'm a nice DM, Timur.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that. I was about to say, it's an interesting thing. If you happen to get free and go to the top, would you then be also out of the ink? I would assume so. So that's really awesome.
The ink doesn't stay forever, though. It only stays for 1 round.
Oh.
I mean, it can keep doing it again and again and again, but
Fair.
right.
That's fair.
It is Ophix's turn.
I thought it was persistent.
You can't see any of this, but for the sake of the story, Roswell casts this spell kind of gasping down this ink-filled water as you feel consciousness sort of leaving. You do feel your body kind of like tugged up, but it just pulls the tension on the tentacle tighter as you still continue to go down with this. And as you cast this in your last sort of moment, you see out in this sort of blackened, murky water, you see this red glow starting to happen. As it is now Ophix's turn. And Ophix kind of now being pulled as Natasha is not restrained and is being pulled up. Ophix is going to first make a strength check to see if she can hold on. Actually, we'll use Natasha's strength because they can both kind of hang on to each other. And that is not going to do it. So, in true Ophix style, as their sort of hands slide off, there's just this surge of energy, and she drains Natasha dry so she can cast Finger of Death with her last breath down at this thing to see if she can get anything good to come of it.
Does she only have 10 fingers of death available?
Nice.
Well, she has to.
Or 8, depending if you
yeah.
consider thumbs. I don't
She's
know.
got to consume. So Natasha's out. That's Natash.
Look at that roll. Holy schmoly.
Going down. Constitution save from the kraken here.
Fail it.
Oh my
Fortunately,
god.
it does not fail, so that would have been enough, but is not. Because that was a monstrous roll. All right. So half of 69 is 34. Leaving the kraken incredibly injured, but still headed downwards, as she is now suffocating. And just for good measure, we'll take some poison damage. What was it? 3d8, 3d10.
Does that happen at the start of the turn or after she's suffocating? That really
It's at
matters.
the end.
The end. It happens at the end of your turn.
Oh, that sucks.
But you don't. When you're suffocating, it's the end of your next turn, I believe. That you drop to 0 hit points. Good times. Creature that runs out of breath or is choking can survive for a number of rounds equal to its Constitution modifier. At the start of its next turn, it drops to 0 hit points and is dying.
Oh.
All right, so she is still alive, but just barely. Natash, definitely not conscious. And Kendra Shark, what would you like to do?
Alright, I'm gonna break my polymorph,
All right.
flop onto my belly, roll onto my back and stand up, and just start pulling together all the energy I got. And I'm gonna throw out a 5th level chromatic orb. All or nothing at the Kraken boy.
All right. This is an attack roll, right?
Yep, will be at
Will
disadvantage.
be at disadvantage because he's heavily obscured at the moment.
Alright, we got plus 11. We gotta get like what, 17?
So we'll move
Something
you
like
over
that,
the
17,
edge of the
18.
rail, and you can just see this like blackness going down. You can't really see where it
And
is.
I've got 1 Ben Luck available, so let's pray. First one. Will hit. I assume, right? Let's find out for a second. 19?
Does hit? Yeah, 19 hits.
Okay.
It is enough.
And it does this much damage. What the fuck? Wait, is that right? Is
Let's
that
see.
5th level?
A 2, a 3, and a 4.
Wait,
and
is that right?
There's 4 extra dices.
wow.
4. That's another 4d8. God, that's
Okay,
painful.
wait.
So that's
Um,
25 points of damage.
hold on, so 25. This'll pop. And I didn't use my I didn't use Ben Luck, so I still have 2, so I can quicken Agonizing Blast.
Okay.
So this first one at disadvantage.
16 does not hit.
Alright, so that's the first one, which misses. Oop. This is the second one, which misses. This is the third one,
How many rolls?
which misses. Fuck.
God.
Fuck.
All right. So the
Does my,
original damage was 25.
Does my wild search pop?
Yeah, I will say your triggers with that sort of
Okay.
flurry of huge energy.
Alright. Let me get the table up. And pray that it's not I can't get drunk. which I've got 3 times so far. It's my most
Totally fine.
consistent. Okay. So 86 is so as I look down at the blackness of the ink, 3 more kindreds also look down at the blackness of the ink.
Oh.
Useful.
All right. Let's pause for a break here before we find out if that's enough damage to kill the kraken. It's a good time for a little break. Will it take 4 characters with it?
It might.
It might.
Is this a half TPK?
It might be.
Wait up. Oh, Kendra's here. All right,
Yeah.
I'm not the only one left. Damn it.
Tebrin's here too.
All right, yeah.
Kevin's in
So
the
let's
water.
take 5
You're
minutes.
lined up because I can run over and just shove you off. That's fine.
yeah.
I'll turn to a
Take
shark.
5, and we will come back all happy and relaxed and see.
I don't know if
And
happy is
just
the word I'll
happen.
use. Can we make like a group decision? No more krakens.
Can we just decide that we're done with
Yeah.
squid?
Yeah. Just
That's how Dungeons and Dragons works.
Yeah, absolutely.
we can petition like nature. There's no more. There's only one. You've had your one.
You gave us this kraken. This is enough kraken.
Somebody in chat said unexpected departures. I love it.
Alright, I'll be back.
I live for that kind of commentary. All right, we'll be right back in some amount of time. 5 minutes is the amount,
That's the amount.
and we will see if they survive. I know whether or not they're going to or not, but they don't. Hi, everybody. We're just gonna wait for Beth to come back and eat our eatings. How's everybody doing? This is fun. I like D&D.
This love to drown for a second time.
Yeah. That's
My
good.
favorite part was when you said, "I'm a nice DM," and the very next sentence was like, "Oh, just take this poison cloud damage," or people are getting.
To drop unconscious
Yeah.
in the water.
Roswell's out. Did Ulfix lose all of its hit points, or still breathing or holding breath?
Ophix cast something. Actually, this is an interesting. Let me check the components on that.
Oh, is it a cost component? Oh, you're the.
It
blood
does.
guy,
It does.
then.
It does have a verbal.
Yeah. Akira still has a sliver of hit points.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Ophix still has hit points, but is suffocating. as
Right.
She's in the same boat as Akira, or they're out of the same boat as each other.
This is a ship, as was mentioned last week, not a boat.
Roswell got a little overconfident here.
A little overboard.
Yeah, you guys went a little overboard in this fight.
There you go.
I don't know. She was feeling it.
All right. So, back for the epic conclusion of all of your characters' lives.
Thanks.
All right.
Oh, this kraken, the CR is a little above your level, so I'll just change. Nothing.
I mean,
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
because it's not just you guys, though. You have somebody who can fucking kill people and
yeah,
cast
totally.
8th level spells over and over again. So,
Yep.
and I will say, for the first 3 rounds, you deliciously just spread your damage over the entirety of the creature. Had all these great like mechanics of like, can you run from it and then shoot it at range if you can get the tentacles off the thing, but alas, here we are. Kind of that sinking
Not sure
feeling.
why you had expectations. That's weird.
Yeah, I try not. All right. So, with a flurry of last-ditch spells as the 3 party members are sunk down, tentacles grasping them, pulling Ophix, sucking all of the life essence out of Natash as they plunge deeper and deeper. You can feel those of you who are still conscious, which is Akira and Ophix, the pressure is starting to become kind of more than is comfortable, and it just starts to be intensely painful as you're getting pulled down deeper. You can't see anything. All you can feel is just this crushing tentacle around you as bolts of energy fly in as Kendra runs the rail, sending down several blasts, not even able to tell if they hit or not. And those of you in the water just hear this sort of like very muffled sort of reverberations. And
Kraken fart.
yeah. Akira, you sort of kind of straining with your last energy against the tentacle, you do feel begin to go limp and loosen around you.
Oh, thank God.
As it slowly starts to fall away. You can only assume that the tentacle going limp is some indication of the creature's well-being, as it kind of swirls and pulls off past you, and you find yourself just submerged in this water that's slowly beginning to kind of clear out from the inkiness, just suspended, crushing pressure down on top of you. You can't really see what else is going on. Roswell and Ophix begin to float to the surface. Akira, what do you do?
Like to swim to the surface
All right.
for air.
All right, so swimming up, you get about 2/3 of the way there. You can sort of see the light kind of now shimmering in. Occasional punctuated sort of like flashes that light everything up as the lightning is off in the distance. And you do see the shadow of the ship kind of moving slowly up in the water out away from you. And as you get within about 10 feet of the surface, you just run out of energy and you can't quite make it. As you kind of reach up, you instinctively just try to take a breath and nothing but water fills in. You are now 5 feet below the surface. You are suffocating. Ophix floats all the way up, is unconscious, floating, as is Roswell. 3 bodies floating in the water. Kendra, you see the bodies sort of rise up and are slowly kind of moving back away. Teberin, there's a rope now splashed down in front of you as the ship moves away. We're gonna go out of we'll go out of map here, but still stay in rounds, as we will see. So we have 3 now unconscious people, and you can see Kendra looking down. There is, as this sort of inky cloud clears, there's just this like trail of like basically mushed blood and entrails also sort of streaming off from where Ophix sort of has surfaced back behind. What would everybody like to do?
I'd like to climb that rope.
All right. So easy enough to swim over to it and grab it, and you sort of slowly make your way up. Give me another athletics check here.
I would like to assist with the rope pulling at the top.
Good.
If she
Because
gets to
if
that
you didn't
route.
grab it, she was gonna just climb and pull it all the way over to the other side of the ship.
Thank you.
I am a sailor. I would know.
Yeah.
I want to limp over to Wolsey. I can turn you into something to go and help them in the water.
Don't you dare, witch.
I would do it, but I'm, a little fuck.
Teberin is coming. We're fine.
The other, okay. I'm gonna take
And
our.
then I point at Adali and go, "The others will be retrieved. Give us a second. Jeez."
I'm gonna take a running. Wait, they floated to the top, right? Would I have seen that?
Akira has not floated all the way to the top. She stopped.
What
She
am I-
ran out of steam about 5 feet from the top.
What am I rolling? We're still in rounds, aren't we?
Athletics with advantage. Yes.
I'm gonna run and jump off the side and turn into a killer whale.
Then just kill them because
11.
And then I want to use I want to be trying to cradle them all to the top on my killer whale back.
Oh, you went back whale?
I'm a killer whale now.
Oh, God.
It is free
Not
willing now.
Not a giant shark, but
Do they have killer whale?
I
Let's
do.
see.
Yeah, I looked it up.
Well, I mean, do I? Oh my God, they do. Let's.
Yeah.
Become an otter. Little hands, pull her up.
Whale.
Do 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 do.
I could be. Oh, I could be a plesiosaurus. That's a good.
You know,
joke.
Akira
think
looks a
dinosaurs
lot
is
like
what
a
we're
harbor
missing.
seal.
Hey.
All right, so
one, maybe.
diving off, sort of mid thing, you change into a killer whale and plunge into the water. You do see 2 floating up at the top, and Akira there. I will I need death saving throws from the 3 of you who are unconscious, and I will roll for Ophix.
I got a 2.
I got a 6.
Oh!
And a 1 for Ophix. Not
It's a twofer.
great.
You are, as they say, fucking killing it.
Well, I'm killing it.
Oh, we know.
All right. So I think Idali has sort of now seeing Kindred jump over has noticed, and she runs to the side, kind of looking over, and
Jumps.
looks down in
Walsley's
sort
now
of
captain.
in kind of despair, and then looks sort of back over at you, Walsley, and then like all of the crew, everybody's just sort of like standing there, being like, "What are we doing?" She just turns, "Continue onwards. We've got to make our way there."
Belay that. And I will start ordering people as a ship person might, as if I were in charge, even though I'm clearly
All right.
going against the. And I'd be like, "You turn this around and we pick them up."
All right. Let's make a contested charisma check here.
Oh, never mind.
no.
I shut up.
well,
I
actually,
jump
so-
overboard.
You can use you're proficient in like ship vehicle, water vehicles, or whatever it is, right?
My proficiency is navigation tools and water vehicle. Both
All right.
are wisdom.
All right, so you can use water vehicles to contest the charisma persuasion here.
Good, thank
I
God,
know
because
both.
it's an 18.
Okay, that's not nothing.
All right, so as she says this, just kind of in general terms to continue underway, you bark out some specific orders, kind of without hesitation, kind of overruling all of that. And they look to her and look back at you, and then they begin following your orders. And you can see Idali sort of like looks at you and gives you like this scornful look, and then she takes the wheel and then just like hard turns the wheel to port, as you can feel the ship kind of like lurch a little bit as you start to turn around. Ship's still
Now-
moving away. It takes a little bit to turn a ship this size, like fully around.
Tebrin had already made a climb check, but unless
Yeah.
Tebrin's at the top, I remain where I'm at with the rope.
Yeah. So between the two of you, it's easy enough to for Tebrin to kind of hold on and walk up the side of the ship, and you to pull him up. So Tebrin slowly makes his way up and over the rail, looking like a sort of
Drowned cat.
drowned cat. As I was like, which animal fits Tebrin best? We'll go with drowned
Please,
cat.
he's one of my PCs.
All right. So Shamu, what would you like to do?
Also, just for the record, this token is also very cute.
All of Kindred's tentacles are cute, especially the giant shark.
It is more cute than the giant
So
shark.
I'm trying to cradle. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go underneath, because I'm a huge beast, right? I'm a big Shamu. I want to try and get them onto my back, and then like turn and swim alongside the ship.
I've seen so many YouTube videos where this goes wrong. Go on.
Yeah, whales are so slippery.
So you don't really. So you can kind of nudge Akira up to the surface, but there's no real way unless you
Am
put
I able-
fin, right?
unless you put them in your mouth. There's no real way for.
I'll put one of them in my mouth.
Hold on a second.
Nope.
Are we in rounds or are we not in rounds right now?
We're
I take some actions.
sort of still in rounds. You have just gotten up on the ship, so we're kind of, we'll say, yeah. So Kendra has buoyed everyone to the surface and kind of like condensed them together into one dying blob.
One dying blob.
I just. Can I do things?
Yes.
I would like to run to the other side of the ship, and I am going to hit all 3 of them with healing words at first level.
I was like, why are you hitting my people?
So starting with Roswell and working my way around.
All right. So These are
Not a
bonus
big one.
actions, right?
They are
Are
bonus
they
actions.
considered still suffocating?
I will say that since Shamu is underneath them, pushing them up, they are able to breathe. Otherwise, yes, they would still be suffocating.
So for the first one, 5 points to Roswell.
All right. Wallesley, anything you're doing in this?
Yes, I would. Because I flexed my sailing muscles, would probably head over to the wheel where Adali is, and I just say, "Do you mind?" And I just take the wheel.
She kind of just steps back and storms off sort of down the stairs. All right. Kira, I'm going to need a death saving throw.
For those that can see,
Okay.
Walsey cannot suppress his smile as he's driving the boat. Not quite
Oh,
like that. Not like.
7.
But,
All right, so another failure.
Can I take another bonus action?
It is not your turn yet.
Okay.
It is Roswell's turn, though. Roswell, you are awake.
Okay, and I swim and but I see everybody at the top, right?
Yes.
Like
And
so.
and a whale.
And a whale underneath.
And a whale.
Who's in the whale's mouth?
Akira.
Akira. All right. So I'm gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds, with to Akira, Ophix. How many people can I get? 6. Natash, why not? And can I see Tebrin up there?
Natash is no longer a body.
He's just
Oh,
goo.
he got liquefied. Oh,
He's
right.
goo.
Okay, can I see Tebrin though?
Up on the rail, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So why not? So that is going let me just pull that up. So Akira gets the full 3D 8 plus Mass Cure. Where'd it go?
I always lose it too.
Fuck. Oh, there we go. Okay. So plus my spellcasting ability, which is 5. So you're gonna get 3d8 plus 5. That total, Akira.
Oh, like the
Yeah, because of my grave cleric thing. Because you're at 0, you get the full. And does Ophix get that too? The
Yeah.
full, like, is she at 0? Okay. And then Tebrin, you get 17.
All right, delicious. Thank you.
Oh, and then myself.
A bold choice.
I can see me.
Existentially fraught, but go ahead.
Right. Okay. And yep. Just kind of gasping, and I kind of swim over to try and
Yeah, I'm gonna pitch a rope
steady
over.
Akira and whatnot.
Take me out of this whale's mouth, please. I imagine like being like taking a breath and then be like, what the fuck? I'm in another mouth.
Another mouth.
Ginger gets punched in the mouth by an angry lizard.
I would imagine that
Or swimming down.
there's some sort of beam that extends out so that we can pulley cargo up and out off the ship. And I'll have one of the crewmen extend that with the rope and maybe a net as we're gonna strafe these guys, and I'm gonna try not to run them over.
So they do kind of toss quickly rig up a cargo net so it kind of drapes down, sort of trailing just off the side of the ship. And in about 5 minutes time, it does take a while for the ship
that's
to
fine.
kind of come around as they all just sort of tread water there. You are able to sort of do a full circle, come back around, and they each cling on to the net, and slowly other crew members haul it all back up.
Klingons, Romulans, I get it.
Everyone makes it back on board. Ophix kind of collapses to her knees as she gets up to deck, and she just like lets out this gut-wrenching just screech, and she runs up and hurls something over the side.
We have to go back. All right.
And
Tebron is going to ignore that particular tantrum, and he's going to help Roswell up over the side and make sure Akira gets up as well and kind of check Roswell over.
Only after everybody else is up am I going to do D-Shamu and get myself up.
Yeah. Roswell and Akira, I need you to make perception checks for me. This is for the time you are in the water, waiting for the ship to come around.
Ooh, natural
Nice.
24.
I got an 8.
You rolled a natural 24.
Impressive.
Sorry, you know
What
I'm
dice are you
saying,
using?
Also, you're cheating. So,
you know when I hit a natural 20, I say natural whatever number I roll.
Yeah, even though it's wrong.
so Roswell, you don't really pick up on anything extra, unsurprisingly so, as the harrowing ordeal. Kira, however, you do notice that once you kind of came to, the water around Ophix had this almost sort of like sparkling, shimmering quality to it. There was just like reflections and refractions of silvery light that kind of seemed very strange to you. And as all of you kind of recovered and things settled, that glow faded. And it was strongest when she was like kind of, just about on death's door, about to die.
Do I recognize it from anything? Or does it seem familiar in any sort of way?
Make a hefty DC Arcana check for me.
Arcana.
Natural 17.
Yeah.
She rolled a 14 for those of you that want to follow along this horrible joke. Doesn't strike you as... I mean, it strikes you as odd and definitely magical in nature, but not something. And this, it sort of like grew out, sort of extending from her, but then abated once things settled.
She had magical rouge on. It's just that.
Yeah.
Once I have satisfied myself that Akira and Roswell and Kindra are all back on board and in one piece, I will turn my attention to Ophix. What exactly is she? Is she just like pitching a hissy fit?
She's just died. It's a hissy fit.
She's sort of, you can tell that there's just a tremendous amount of emotion there. If you'd like to make an insight check.
I super would like to, yes, thank you.
But you have to say the words, Dora.
I would like to roll to vibe.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm very curious about this too.
Oh, that shouldn't have been an advantage.
So
Sorry.
am I, seeing as she's on my kill list.
Okay, I'll take that nat 20 for a 31.
Nat 31.
All right. You can see that even though it is masked in just this very sort of unchecked rage, there's this sort of like sorrowful desperation behind her. Like she's somebody who very rarely is in positions where she has to do things that she doesn't want to do, and she may have just been in one of those situations at extreme cost to what she personally valued.
Okay. I'm gonna step up to her. Is she still is she throwing things still? Is she like...
No, it was an isolated bit. She's obviously still like angry, but she's not like throwing every bit of provisions off the ship.
All right.
And she's kind of made her way. She's made her way all the way forward to the bow now, and is kind of just resting her her arm right on the front sort of bowsprit there, where the dragon figurehead sort of comes up and off of it.
All
She
right.
didn't have like that type of glimmering type effect whenever she drained the other crew members, did she?
She did not.
Okay.
Tebrin is gonna walk up, not taking any care to disguise. Like, I mean, because Tebrin like kind of just by default moves quietly, but he's trying to move now in a way that like makes it obvious that he's coming, since she knows that he's coming. He's just kind of like trying to push sodden hair back from his face and like bring himself back to. And he remembers that the thing that I always forget, which is that he has prestidigitation, and snaps his fingers and dries himself off, and comes up beside her and kind of does the same for her, and leans on the bow beside her, leaving her some personal space, not infringing.
What you doing?
Get up against the wall. Hey.
So you just killed someone you really care about.
Yeah. So you single now? Yeah.
Word on the
No,
ship
check out my
is.
constitution.
Oh my god. But just kind of like comes up beside her and leans on the bow and looks out kind of in the general direction that she's looking.
Which is into like a tumultuous sort of storm and churning seas.
And this is actually a good point. Does Tebrin know what happened?
I mean, you weren't over there, so you have no idea.
Okay.
She was over, or Tebrin was over. Just on the other side.
Yeah.
I think it would have been reasonable that Roswell would have told Tebrin as she was helping her up, or you know what I mean? As Tebrin
Yeah,
was
just what
helping.
happened.
Like, because we had about like, you know, a little bit of time there, so I think I would have said something.
You have my condolences on your loss.
I don't want your condolences. Sacrifices must be made. Doesn't mean we have to be happy to make them.
Well, he kind of glances backwards. I presume that we're going to keep going, since otherwise that sacrifice will have been for nothing.
We have a job to do, and it's not even yet started.
If this isn't not started, I hate to see what finished is going to look like.
Well, your journey is longer than mine. This is our first step as well. Freedom. Freedom from the Empire.
You know, to be frank, I'm not certain that I want to know the details of what you're intending to get into, but you do realize that there is no freedom on the shores of Aradore.
I don't intend to land on the shores of Aradore.
So, then what is your purpose of heading towards Lich-controlled?
Is there a end to that statement?
I mean, it's a kingdom of nightmare controlled by a lich, and you're sailing directly towards it.
I have my assurances that where we're going will be safe. We sail for Horizon Island, not the shores of Aradore. We will drop you as per our agreement. But from there, we will be under contract from a new employer for a different task. Free from the Empire. Free from the damnable excuses that these gods deem as fate. We shall take control of things for ourselves.
You certainly have my sympathies on that front. It actually, Tebrin does look kind of like genuinely interested. But for someone who seems to value her freedom so highly, you seem to do a lot of work for other people.
Do work that will only further my aims. I just find ways for other people to pay for it.
I suppose I've done enough of that in my own life, but... well. I suppose then that we will further your aims and we will go our separate ways.
There is no real freedom, at least from the past. That which has historically been given to us, we cannot do anything about. But we can seize what is lying in our future. We can return to a time when the world was as it was supposed to be. Before all this godly meddling. You know that creature? The one that nearly tore your friends to the bottom of the ocean along with me? Was an instrument of the gods. Set free, abandoned, no longer cared for, no longer a use to the edges of the worlds, but still there with all the rage and all the desire for agony. They used it as a tool to rid this world of majestic creatures. We will see those creatures return and wipe off the scourge that fills the continent. But one step at a time. She kind of like looks out, her eyes looking at the horizon as another crash of lightning comes down. And you can see now that the ship has sort of been sailing on this path. The storm is just very slowly swirling in like this cyclone around this area where the water just goes and then it just disappears down into this huge hole. And from it, there's just sort of like ocean spray that comes up, but just kind of a dark sort of cloudiness down before it. The waves are getting more and more rocky as you even kind of find yourself struggling to stand without holding on to something as the ship just going.
I'll yell out so that everyone can hear, but mainly toward Ophix, and ask, if our current heading doesn't change, then our course will no longer be for up to us to decide. Wow, my English. Up to us to decide. It will be out of our hands very shortly.
Steady as she goes, Mr. Walsley.
Oh, that did feel good, though. All right.
Devin's just gonna kind of look at her out of the corner of his eye one more time, and then, like I said, sympathetic, but in my experience, removing one monster just means that there's a space open for another monster to take its place.
I agree. She just sort of like turns from the horizon, and as she does, she sort of runs her hand over the dragon sort of figurehead on the front, and then starts walking back towards the back of the ship.
So, just backing up for a quick second, did you say that this whirlpool that we're going down into was like drowning in shadow?
There's only several ways to travel. You must be willing to bridge the boundaries of planes.
I swear to fuck, if she brings an entire fucking
just for
dragon
clarity,
back, I'm gonna scream.
The entire time this was happening, I was taking the time to short rest on my face.
I was gonna do a prayer of healing, but
All right.
Wait, did you free Willy back up onto the ship?
I unfree-willied and climbed up,
Wow.
and then lay on my face, barely conscious, and just groaned for the 30 minutes to an hour it takes.
I am standing up next to Walsley, being like, that was so much fun.
We're gonna
Roswell,
start blasting.
Roswell, are you already drunk?
No, I'm like Like that was like, didn't you like that was a rush? Is like sailing always like this?
That's. I just keep blinking, but you were
I mean, like-
weren't you it?
But I'm here, aren't I? It's
Well, yeah.
just found upon me. This is.
No.
I am so ready for.
Don't blame Istis. The druid lady who keeps transforming into animals saved you.
Oh, I mean,
Kindred, no nature lover.
yeah. I mean, I'm here, but that's just. That was just like. I've got so much adrenaline right now.
Ship kind of crashes down over another wave. The spray comes up over the whole thing. Wallesley, you're sort of used to this.
Oh yeah. I would have dug
Environment,
my
but,
feet into
yeah.
those boards that the captain always knows about that are slightly askew, so you can get nice, good grip on your
Yeah.
boots.
The rest of you kind of very quickly learn that holding on to things is your friend as the deck lurches. Is there anything you guys would like to do? You're guessing that in a matter of a few minutes, you will be upon this hole in the ocean. There's unfortunately not enough time for a short rest between sort of. It's only about 20 minutes or so to this.
Is there a sense, I know Wallesley's knowledge would know, would you be better off above or below deck?
You? Below.
Really?
Can I? Anybody?
I'm sorry. What job are you doing?
I prayer healing Timinicus. So that was for everybody.
Could you link in? Oh, that's. I'll take that.
I will take that.
Plus
Gimme,
18?
gimme. More than 18, it's 6 as well, so 24.
Is that for the taking for everyone?
Yeah, I would just say attend to the wounded, then find a safe haven.
All right.
Okay.
As you're all sort of going through your business and Ophix sort of coming back up, Wallesley, as you are starting to take your leave from the helm, Ophix just looks at you and then kind of nods back. I need somebody who knows what they're doing on the wheel. Keep the head true. The ship will get torn apart if we don't do this quickly.
You got some more of that magic to do as we do this, because otherwise, as far as my experience says, we'll be at the locker.
Well, let's just hope my theory is correct.
As we're tipping over, theory?
You must embrace the idea of risk it all to accomplish great things. I have a good feeling about you. Could be a place for you by my side.
I'm flattered, but 'tis to see I love.
There'll be plenty more where this came from. As she just sort of takes a position up by the rail, just kind of in front of where the helm is. Are the rest of you going below decks?
Yeah, I think I'll see how Cainsley fared.
Cainsley is kind of wrapped up tight, sort of in a corner. There are various leaks and water flowing in at different points of the hull, and you can see that a couple of the crew is down there doing their best to kind of put pine tar and such over them, but the hull is very slowly filling with water.
I'm gonna do as much casting of mending as I can. That's reasonable. I know I can't go,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna start to do the patches, and I'll look at is his name Edward, right?
The
Edmund.
guy with the scissors and
Edmund.
Edmund.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Edmund Cainsley.
Ed, how you doing, bud? You missed it. It was a great monster up there.
No, we will not describe it to you.
Oh, I'll tell you everything.
Perhaps at a later time. My interest with certain monsters are from afar, or through text only.
Oh, I was right in the belly of that thing. I'm sure you could scrape. Oh no, I probably washed off. I didn't save any acid for you. Mend.
I appreciate the thoughts, though. Yes, old children of the gods are not something that I tend to be intimately involved in.
Tell me more.
The creature that you embroiled yourself with?
Yeah?
And then there's sort of like a lurching of the boat as you both kind of rock to one side. An old instrument of the gods.
Which ones? Which gods?
The old gods. The ones that claimed this world for the mortals.
Can I do a religion check to figure out who the old gods are that he's talking about? Okay. Hey, 16.
You know in general that all of the gods that sort of are the normal pantheon of today are considered almost like a second generation of gods that kind of rose throughout the conflict that ended the Drakeforged era, where the gods kind of took back control of the land from the dragons. And there were gods that aren't really worshipped anymore, that have sort of fallen out of time and out of kind of generational knowledge, to make way for all of the gods like Pelor and Istis and Erroneous and all of that. And they are kind of just generically referred to as the old gods. You don't specifically recall any information about them, though some information does exist, as that knowledge kind of did persist. But when the world was claimed for mortal kind over dragons, it was sort of that generation of old gods then sort of gifted the world to all of these newer generations of gods.
So that kraken was one of theirs?
Likely so. They employed all sorts of monstrously titanic creatures.
To fight off dragons?
Well, have you ever fought a dragon?
Yeah, I have actually.
It takes other equally terrible things, as far as I would conjecture.
Whew. Well, that's just one down. Let's hope they didn't leave a lot more behind.
Well, from what I understand from our captain, who actually, if you're curious about more of this, she is quite a historian herself, especially related to those times. I'm sure she could answer more of your questions. History is not entirely my area of expertise, but yes, I think this is the only one who claimed this area, hoping it might lure interesting people and items of value towards it, and bit off a bit more than it could chew, but
What are you saying? I mean, it did chew me. Anyway. That's very interesting. Well, glad to see you made it. And I continue to go back to mending the ship as best I can.
So, sailing forward, I need Wallesley to make a water vehicles skill check for me.
I like how it says water vehicles as if like, you know, a jet ski could possibly be there, or like, you know, or canoe.
Paddle boat.
Oh, paddle boats.
All right, very good. You do notice that the currents and sort of wave patterns become more and more chaotic and tumultuous as this starts to really come to a head into this sort of very slowly swirling whirlpool. And the ship generally wants to kind of, you know, sail down in a corkscrew pattern, although you can see that the waves just would probably capsize it if it did that. And as the ship naturally sort of starts to tend that way, and your instincts kind of say like don't like take just like the sheer drop path. And so as the wheel turns a little bit that way, Ophix sort of reaches out and kind of tugs your heading back. Keep it true. We do this in one shot. Keep the sails in the wind. We've reinforced the front, so hopefully we can take the initial impact.
Well, that was before the tentacle creature.
Well, we'll have to rely on your piloting now. So the ship hurtles forwards over into the threshold of this as all of you kind of make your areas to hold on to, and you can feel the ship kind of comes up on a giant wave and then almost stalls out to the point, Wallesley, where you're like, we're not going to make it over this one, and then it just barely crests over, and then the ship going almost now vertically crashes down into another wave, the parts of the bow splintering back and breaking off, and those of you in the hold just see water starting to flood in between all the boards as, again, the ship lurches, this time to the side, careening up off of a wave. And then as you kind of head up over on this wave, you see this just drop out from underneath you and down in the ship going vertical. All of you kind of just thrown back against whatever walls or bulkheads that you're leaning on, holding on, as most of the cargo is still secured, stays where it is. Some of it just tumbles back beyond you as Wallesley, you just kind of grab on to the wheel.
Except for when the picture for the flume ride happens, and then I'm just... But then, yeah.
Yeah. So careening down into this, you just see all of a sudden water gives way into just this like mode of just this shadowy energy, and it sort of engulfs the entire ship, and all of a sudden all motion, that sort of wave and rocking just ceases, and it's like the ship is just like suspended in space, and you can see this swirling black shadow sort of just curling almost in a tube like around you as you just drift. Everything is still, everything is motionless, and then you all hear this very low like rumbling. It sounds like water kind of welling up, and it crescendos louder and louder and louder as the ship starts to shake. And then after a moment of anticipation building up, all of a sudden you all just lurch forward. Wallesley holding over the wheel, sort of almost just thrown from the top of the bridge there. The rest of you slamming back forward as the ship just looking up. Finally, after catching yourself, Wallesley, you see the ship has now just basically gone like straight into this like solid wall of water, and you look kind of like up, and you see the horizon sort of like up like 90 degrees of where it should be, and you can see the front of the ship just kind of buckling in on itself as the ship slams in and then just ever so slightly rights, and then the stern of the ship slams down, raising the front in, and you just sort of skid to a halt as the ship sort of crests out onto a different ocean. You look up, and immediately you see in this clear sky and fairly calm seas that you're in a completely different part of the ocean, one that you're not entirely familiar with.
I assume the passage is immediately gone,
and
or
looking back behind you, you don't see specifically where you came out from. You do see a very short kind of wake in the boat, and as it sort of crashes down one last time, you just hear this and you see about 2/3 of the way up the boat, the deck just parts, and those of you inside just see this massive flood of water that slams into you and pushes you back all the way to the stern as the front of the ship collapses and the whole ship just begins to sink. Wellesley, looking out, you do see that there is an island off the starboard bow, probably about a mile or so up on the horizon, as the ship just breaks apart from the stress of this latest impact. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
no, my ship, my ship.
What a ride.
Oh God, maybe we shouldn't have been on below deck.
Yeah.
I was
So,
following Captain's orders.
welcome to the other side of the world.
Whew.
Good piloting. You roll lower than that, and the ship breaks apart in the in the tunnel, the portal, which has other consequences.
Should have done that. That would have been amazing. Whee!
Half of us in one ocean, the other in
But there's definitely a pretty gaping crack. The ship hasn't like completely separated into two pieces, but the whole top of the deck is cracked and then sort of coming down the side. So water's just pouring in. The ship itself is not in great shape.
The kind of damage that a shipwright might repair if it were out of water, but maybe not.
Yeah, you
Or
would
Iron
have
Man
to
and Spider-Man maybe.
Yeah,
But
you would have to basically dry dock the ship or beach it in order to repair this type of damage, and it would take a long time. But ship not yet totally lost, just flooding. If it sinks, it will be harder to.
yeah, if there's an island, I'll head towards shallow water.
Yeah. And so you try to limp the ship there, and we will find out what happens next time. Congratulations, you all survived the
By
kraken.
the skin of our fucking
Does
teeth.
that mean we level up? We're at Aradore. We're on the other side.
We are. We're on the other side of the world, you said.
Got past the kraken.
People are watching, Casey. We level up.
Should we let chat decide if we de-level you or level you?
Oh, chat, we love you. Please level up. Please.
I will say that yes,
If
you have
all 18
achieved-
Hell
people
yeah.
watching.
you have achieved the milestone of reaching the other side of the world, where no
Fuck
one can
yes.
help you or hear you scream.
We're already screaming. We've been screaming for the past year and a half.
Yes.
What do I get
So
at level
welcome
8?
to level. What is?
I think I might just get an ability score increase.
14?
14. Yeah, we're getting up there. You guys are gonna play with the big CR creatures soon.
No.
I
Yes, we are seriously gonna need that level up.
Sorcerer.
Thank you,
Very
Anel.
Well, no, see, the thing is that
11.
Casey levels us up, and then she also levels all the creatures up, so it doesn't benefit us.
Well, if I didn't level all the creatures up, you'd just be like, oh, we sailed out into the ocean and there's this one cobalt with swimmy fins. It's like, I'm gonna get you.
I just want to go to a field and grind and kill wolves and get their pelts.
Scores.
Hey, I got. Wait, that's not right.
Oh, right. Hit
But we
points.
Careful
technically
what
don't-
you wish for, Roswell.
We-
Be careful
Here's
what
my
you wish
D8.
for.
Here's my D8 in the.
All right.
Oh, we're gonna
Roll20.
do the. Wait, hold on. We'll do it on stream. Let me switch to the thing so people can see. We'll roll for our hitty points.
Fuck.
All right. I like it. 3-headed acid-breathing wolves.
Okay, great.
All right, let's get some hit die. I think everybody does everybody roll for hit points?
Yes. I think in this campaign we all rolled.
Oh.
Oh, Tevrin.
My last one was like a bottom roll.
Oh, that
so-
hurt. Wait, hold on a second. Was that a fucking D4? That was a D4.
Why did
Well,
it roll?
Why is my
Tevrin,
hit
it's a
dice a
bold
D4?
move, but I applaud it.
Yeah.
Very brave.
Not
very
only-
brave.
Wait. Why is my hit dice a D4?
Actually, mine says that too on Roll20. Why?
But it's in my settings. It says my hit dice is a D8.
Yeah, that's weird.
Maybe there's
fuck?
some. Is
Maybe
everybody's
there's
a
something
D4?
glitching.
What's cleric supposed to be?
An 8.
D8. All right, I'm gonna roll an actual. I'm gonna roll for real now.
All right, Jingo.
One
And we
D8.
add
Yeah,
our-
it definitely says
we
D4.
add our con modifier, right?
It says
Hold
your
on,
hit
what's my
die here
con?
is
The D8,
in the,
yeah.
in the global.
It doesn't
says
make
it's
any
right.
sense.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Now I'm afraid to roll. What is my constitution modifier?
That's my
+1.
second one roll for
Oh my god!
what's going on?
Walsley rolled a 1 too. As
I
well.
did not roll
All
a
right,
one.
well I'm gonna
Sorry.
take those 2
I rolled a
extra hit
4
points.
plus
I take
1.
it back. I take it back.
What the fuck? What reality am I in?
So painful.
Yeah, for you guys, I'll be good.
All right,
Wait,
well,
everybody rolled a 1 except for Walsley?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Wait, how long does this go on for?
Wow.
Oh, I long for death, which is
All right,
now coming
it's
at me
over.
much faster.
Cool. Well, you know who uses average hit points? Monsters.
Everything else. Right? That brings me up to a whopping 93 hit points.
NPCs too.
NPCs as well. I usually just make up the hit points of NPCs, so I don't even bother with hit dice. I'm like, you're about at 89.
You cried twice tonight. Thank you. Thank you for crying for us in chat. Ah, excellent.
Oh my god.
Well, at least I get another spell.
Yeah.
I
hope it's add max hit points. It's a good spell, I hear. Is that a spell? I don't think so. Cool.
Oh, now I
well,
have to
you can
decide
all
whether I
sort of
wanna
see where you're. This is Horizon Island, by the way. You can see where you are headed.
Did the boat have a board up ladder on the side of it? It's a question from chat.
It had one all the way in the.
My speed increased.
It had one sort of in the right where the bridge ends, and there's like that little like indent in the stern. You can't see the picture anymore, but towards the stern you can get on there. And they have like ones that they put down if they're like disembarking there. But
Oh my god, I'm proficient in all saving throws now.
what?
Oh,
Ooh,
I would like that.
that's
Only
fancy.
charisma saving throws for you from now on. Yeah. No boarding ladder up in the bow where Tebrin was. There
Check
is
out
one
that
towards
second
the stern.
part.
Yeah, I didn't think to look for it anyway, so. I don't know whether I could sink 2
That's
points
huge.
into charisma, which would get me to a +4, which would give me an extra bardic inspiration die.
Oh, you're
Or I
leveling
could
in
take a
Bard?
feat. No, I'm leveling as rogue. I'm an 8th level rogue now, which means I get an ability score increase.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was gonna
So
say.
I could either sink those
that
2
is kinda
points into
confusing.
charisma,
Yeah.
or I could take a feat.
It's a roguish inspiration.
I recommend you take 2 feet because you look really silly hopping.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
We're so helpful. Hey, I get to level Mike here.
Well, you get plenty of fun toys to play with.
I'll level Ophix up.
Yeah.
Great.
Do it.
Oh
Now
yeah,
it's-
now yeah. Ace level spell slots. It's fine. Just love that was just
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Well, that was fun. I had a blast.
It was
No more
you made-
water for a little
You made a
while.
real splash.
we're
Yeah.
in a boat sinking. What are you talking about?
And then we're
What?
gonna go to a land that's been flooded with like the.
No,
what-
we're
what
stuck
is it?
going to an island now. We're not even
is
headed
the
to the
name?
mainland.
What is it? The Twilight Grove? Is that what that was called?
Twilight Grove.
Yeah. Bad Fey water.
Yeah.
Just a lot of bad Fey
Love
water.
that dirty water. Cool. Well, thank you all for watching. I saw some follows tonight, so shout out to Nessichanithin. Squirt Vonnegut. That's a pretty awesome name.
Oh,
I should read these before I start trying to pronounce them.
Yes.
Mininian.
Mine.
Mininian. Thank you for the follow. Who
you're
else
really
have we got?
shoring up our fan base with this.
Friggins, thank you. Thank you, Juggling Geese, for the host. For all the one viewers that you hosted
I know.
us for.
I have an amazing following.
It's great. So we didn't do announcements at the beginning because we were a little late with technical difficulties. But big thank you to our sponsor, Roll20, and part of the Spotlight program, as you actually got to see a bunch of Roll20 things today, which was great. I know we do a lot of RP, but good to have some more intense combat there. Check it out, roll20.net. I'm sure you guys already know and love them as we do. Go ahead and follow us at RollItSlant to keep up with our antics and see clips and all that good stuff. Website is rollitslant.com if you want to see those sort of things. Shout out for our gorgeous character art from @Jubilucky. Is her Twitter handle. She has commissions open now, so if you want to get your own character done in all of its glory, go ahead and hit her up. I think her info's in the
Yes, Michaela Scott. She is also
Yes.
linked below. But yeah, she currently has commissions open, which I was the person who was in charge of commissioning the character art for this campaign, and she is a joy to work with, and she loves doing D&D character art too. Like, she likes bringing characters to life, so highly recommend.
Yeah, and
IDC.
one last shout out. I am currently in the process of writing and working on a project that's on
Woo,
Kickstarter right now. 2C Gaming's the Total Party Kill Bestiary Volume 2, and I am doing a group of monstrosities for that, some of which we may actually see in not too long, which will be glorious.
Sharktopus.
Little play testers. How is Beth on here
Why
twice?
are you here
I
twice?
don't know. For some
Oh,
reason.
she did have mirror image up.
Yes, so now there's two of her.
Courage. I
Interesting.
don't know.
How did you do that?
It just froze on me.
Huh. Well,
Oh.
we will let you have the last words then, since there are two of you and you do have the majority here. Beth,
It's fixed.
give
It's
us
fixed.
our sign off for the evening.
Catch us next time when we lampoon a lich.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Come on next time. We'll lampoon a lich and hope our ship doesn't end in a ditch. All right.
There you go.
Because of the witch.
Because of the witch. And then you go shopping at Abercrombie and Fitch.
Oh,
Never that.
Cool.
That's so
Yeah. See ya all next Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Till then, lampoon your own personal liches.
Do it.
And
that's inspiring.
we'll see you then.